Hey, LS11 Universe, it's Xander.
And Ray.
And welcome to the Royal Rumble. We are here for the third annual LS11 Universe Royal Rumble event. And ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off with the World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Highly anticipated. Here comes the current Mr. Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes.
The American Nightmare has left his briefcase in the back tonight because he's got a guaranteed world title match right now. So there's no need for him to bring it out. He doesn't have to cash in for this one. He was gifted this world title match by the SmackDown general manager, Triple H. After an incredible return, Cody has been undefeated since his WWE return back a few months ago at Survivor Series, where he made his in-ring return and defeated John Cena one-on-one.
And he did, Xander, that he did, and then you go from that to defeating Roddy Strong for the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Been a great couple months to be Cody Rhodes, and I mean, just last night on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre scored a big tag team win over Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and it was Cody Rhodes who scored the pinfall in that one as well.
Yes, it was, Xander, and now Cody looks to prove he can beat Seth Rollins one-on-one. Let's see how it comes, ladies and gentlemen, as enters the, so far, very, very dominant world champion.
That is absolutely right, Ray. Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, making his way to the ring. Look at some of the names he's gone through just in his tenure as World Champion. Seth Rollins has gone through Damian Priest, Pete Dunne, Drew McIntyre, and of course to win that championship, the former world champion, Johnny Gargano. So now the Kingslayer, Seth Rollins, making his way to the ring here at the Royal Rumble. This is a big defense for Rollins as he walks in against the undefeated Cody Rhodes. So the Visionary meets the Nightmare tonight, but man, everyone thinks Cody's going to walk out tonight with the world title and the briefcase, something no one has ever done in WWE history.
That's right, Xander, and if he has the title and the briefcase, he's only then... Well, Xander, tonight could be the biggest night of Cody Rhodes' career. I'm going to say it, I could see Austin and Roman destroying each other later on this evening.
You're right, Cody Rhodes could walk out here with 2 world titles if he really wanted to tonight. This crowd equally divided. Many in the LS11 Universe believe that Cody Rhodes walks out tonight with the gold. Many don't see Rollins losing it either, though. Seth Rollins has been a heavy favorite among the LS11 Universe fans for quite some time. But introducing the challenger from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 237 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in tonight at 232 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes going one-on-one. Big gold on the line. A belt that Cody Rhodes' father once held. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, a former World Heavyweight Champion.
And he was, Xander, and now Cody tonight looks to win the World Heavyweight title. Something he's wanted to do his entire career goal of his. And tonight he says, I think he would be satisfied if he...
Cody!
I am saying, Xander, I think Cody would be satisfied just with winning the world title tonight. One, kick out, there we go, and just finishing that legacy from father to son.
You're absolutely right, Rand. I do apologize for the interruption there. I did not expect Rhodes to come out of the gate with a Cody cutter as he's firing away on the world champion, Cody Rhodes. I mean, he said on SmackDown just a few weeks ago, he admitted he's been handed everything in LS11 Universe since he came back to WWE. Triple H just handed him everything that he's wanted and more. Match with John Cena, a shot at the Money in the Bank briefcase, Phoenix Splash from Rollins, and now a shot for the World Heavyweight title. And Cody has said It's because he deserves it. It's his birthright. As Cody kicks out.
Also, Xander, here's my argument. Yes, he was given a match with John Cena, a man who doesn't show up all too often. He's been around more lately. And he won. So I don't view it as him getting handed things. I view it as being rewarded for success. He beat John Cena. He beat Roderick Strong, who were two massive figureheads on SmackDown. And I think he got rewarded with a shot at the World Championship. I think it's a very simple process.
To each their own on that one, as now Rollins rolls Rhodes through and kicks him in the jaw. Cody Rhodes goes down. Rollins with another kick. Cody getting back to his feet. And Cody sweeping the leg of the world champion. Drops the elbow on him as well. You gotta think though. Oh, Cody with a kick to the bang of the skull. Whoever does walk out of here tonight with that world title, it's just the work really just begins tonight. Because we got the Elimination Chamber in 4 weeks' time, and then 8 weeks from today will be LS11 Universe WrestleMania Season 3. So if either of these guys walk into WrestleMania as world champion, who knows who they're going to have to face. We got a whole Royal Rumble ahead tonight, and if the Rumble winner picks them, well, we might know, but we got a busy couple months ahead of us.
Now we do, Xander, that we do not to mention all of our other events going on. And, Xander, this will really set a tone for the WrestleMania season. Oh!
What a Phoenix Splash across the back of Cody Rhodes as he was getting back to his feet. Seth Rollins might have the American Nightmare right where he wants him. 1, 2, Rhodes kicks out.
And now Rhodes getting back to his feet. Rollins pulling him up.
Seth goes for a kick. Cody takes out the knee. And now Cody drops down into a punch to the head. Cody Rhodes. Cody Cutter connects a second time. And Cody Rhodes getting Rollins back up to his feet. Cody, here we go, Ray. It's time for the Crossroads.
The Crossroads connects.
1, 2, new champion, no. Cody Rhodes was a mere second away from being the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, he misses that elbow drop, though. And now Rollins trying to use this opportunity, this rare moment, to try to get back in control.
Rollins fires away. Cody knocks him back. Cody Rhodes with a chop to Rollins. Rollins with a hip toss takes down the American Nightmare. And now Rollins goes to the top rope. Seth Rollins, here we go, turns around. Went for a third Phoenix Splash, but Rhodes got the knees up. Rollins is down. Cody going after that surgically repaired knee of Rollins. Looking to do more damage as he walks in. A single leg Boston Crab. Rollins could be forced to tap out and lose the World Heavyweight title.
It's on tight, Xander, and Cody's still rushing it back. Rollins trying to survive. Rollins leaning towards the rope, but I think Cody's just putting too much weight on that one leg.
Rollins managed to send Cody face first into the mat, and now Rollins returns the favor and attacks the leg of Cody. Rollins now into a cover on Rhodes. 1, 2, no. Kick out from Cody. And now Seth Rollins going after the Money in the Bank holder. Right hand connects. And just as a reminder, everyone, this is not a Money in the Bank cash-in. Rhodes was given this matchup by Triple H as Rollins now turns him over into an inverted figure 4.
And now Cody's the one trying leading me into the ropes. Cody's trying not to tap, and Cody separates. Cody hitting Rollins.
Cody Rhodes with another slap to the face. Cody Rhodes knocking Rollins back. There's a right hand attempt. Rollins counters. Rollins with a kick to the ribs. And then Enziguri connects from the world champion. Seth Rollins now gets Rhodes back up to his feet, and Seth with Cody throws him across the ring into the corner. Rollins, there's a forearm. Wait a minute, Rollins, here we go! Super curb stomp!
Oh my God, Xander!
1, 2, but no! Cody Rhodes kicked out. Not many people can say they kicked out of that.
And Rollins going for the Phoenix Splash, and Cody manages to get the knees up.
And now Cody Rhodes is stalking champion. Rhodes looking to make history with the Tiger Driver. Cody with the Tiger Driver to Rollins into a cover. 1, 2. Rollins kicks out, And Seth Rollins is now the only man to kick out of the Tiger Driver. As Cody immediately goes back after the knee.
Cody slowly hurting Rollins. Oh, big boot by Rollins.
What a boot from the champ as Rollins, drops all of his weight onto that knee. Cody Rhodes, a ring general in his own right now, takes down Rollins. Turns him over now, and what is Cody thinking here? Rhodes into a camel clutch on Rollins.
The camel clutch is on tight, Xander. These two have been trading submissions a lot in this match, Xander. Very technical, both these stars.
Rollins pries the arms free, and Rollins slides over the legs, drops the legs of Rhodes. And now Seth Rollins grabs onto Cody, and Rollins, with Cody, pumps him up. Falcon Arrow connects. There's a cover now by Rollins. One, no, kick out from Rhodes. And now Cody getting back to his feet. Seth Rollins grabs him. Rollins now pulling him in, and Rollins turns Rhodes around. Oh, a punch to the back of the head. It looked like he was setting up a neck breaker, and he fooled everyone, including Cody, who fires back with a boot to Rollins.
Cody, going for a clothesline, gets some of it there. And now, another single leg busted, Xander.
Going right after that injured leg again. Cody might be looking to re-aggravate that knee injury that put Rollins out back in 2015. Seth Rollins is down, Rhodes firing away. And now Rollins takes out Rhodes. Seth Rollins getting back to his feet. He grabs Cody, and Rollins with a stomp to the arm of Rhodes. Rollins now grabs the American Nightmare into Revolution Knee.
It connects, Xander. The Revolution Knee connects. Rollins
having to dig deep in his arsenal now with a Phoenix Splash. That one connects. Rollins been firing off these Phoenix Splashes all night. 1, 2, Rhodes kicks out.
Rollins, a tough-as-nails competitor, hitting that Revolution Knee with the injured knee, Xander.
It is indeed, Ray. That might have done more damage to Rollins than it did to Cody as Rollins stomps the arm of the American Nightmare. Rollins turns him over now, and Seth Rollins into a bulldog choke on Rhodes, trying to take him out here. Cody Rhodes is fighting, though, and Cody Rhodes fights out of it. Rhodes getting back to his feet with a slap to Rollins and another chop. Rhodes went for a kick. Rollins got out of the way. Rollins throws Rhodes into the corner again. Forearm strike. He's going to look for it a second time, Ray. The super curb stomp for the second time.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3.
That super curb stomp, Xander, it looked like Cody's neck got snapped.
Seth Rollins proves to be, quite honestly, Ray, he hasn't held the title as long as many of the other world champions, but I might argue at this point, out of all 5 different world championship reigns we've seen with this title in LS11, Seth Rollins might be the best.
He very well could be, Xander. I'm still going to go with Big Goldie, but,
Of course, we always think about those two when it comes to who the face of LS11 Universe is. Tommaso Ciampa not here tonight after that vicious attack on Raw from Triple H this week. But, Ray, are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get to the first of our 2 Royal Rumbles.
And guys, they fixed the glitch!
They fixed it as Liv Morgan, a fan favorite, starting it off tonight.
Xander, you have to ask the question. It has not happened yet in LS11 Universe. You have to ask the question, who's going to be the first one to enter first and go all the way?
Well, I think Liv Morgan stands a very decent chance of that, Ray. Liv is a huge fan favorite here. She took Rhea Ripley, who's been deemed unstoppable by the LS11 Universe. She took Rhea Ripley to her limit 28 nights ago at Cyber Sunday. Nearly won the whole thing. Tonight could be Liv's night. Tonight could be the night where Liv Morgan becomes the Raw Women's Champion, or becomes the Royal Rumble winner, and then could go on to round 2 with Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Hang on a minute! Number 2! That is Stacy Keibler!
Oh my God, Xander, Stacy Keibler. Talk about a blast from the past, and she looks better than ever, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say she was known in her time.
Or was she? I wasn't around back
She was known in her time, and we can't refer to that time. because a lot of the time hasn't aged quite so well. So
Stacy Keibler, though, back here tonight in the Royal Rumble. It's almost like a DLC pack featuring her came out the day after, or the day before this Rumble got recorded. And it's almost like DLC that includes a current women's roster member came out earlier this week, and the Royal Rumble was already recorded. So you won't be seeing Piper Niven / Dewdrop in this one. As Liv Morgan starts with a slap, firing away on Keibler. Liv Morgan getting knocked back by Stacy.
Dewdrop, teardrop, man. Dewdrop, teardrop.
Oh, what a roundhouse there from Liv. Liv now getting Keibler back to her feet. There's a slap. I mean, we saw there's 8 open slots in this Rumble, as we saw in that opening graphic. We already know Keibler fills one of them. Who knows who else is going to be filling this Rumble up tonight? Some huge surprises ahead, I've been assured by management from LS11 Universe. As Keibler, whoa, we're going to make it an early night for Liv. Liv Morgan stays in.
And here's the thing, Xander. You know that makes it even harder to prepare for the Rumble. You don't know almost the entire third of the competitors that you may be facing.
You're right. As entry number 3 about to come out, if this were the last 2 years Women's Rumbles, we'd have done it about number 7 by now.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to be number 3? Number 3 is the former SmackDown Women's Champion, Mandy Rose, and custom attires were not working for this Rumble, so she is once again blonde for the night. Mandy Rose is here, the former SmackDown Women's Champion, hit with a Hurricane Rana right out of the gate by Liv Morgan.
It's a special Rumble attire. She wanted it to be special.
Of course, you know, Liv Morgan now is part of Friday Night SmackDown, was recently traded for Io Shirai to Monday Night Raw. Liv's been a big part of SmackDown as of late. I mentioned earlier she could get another rematch with Rhea Ripley if she were to win tonight. You gotta think, with Liv, she's come up short against Ripley 3 times now for that title. If she were to win tonight, would she go for the Raw Women's title?
I don't know, Xander. Who can say? It's almost that question. Oh, as Lacey Keibler brings her down, but it's almost a question of, do you want to do that again? Will Liv's obsession get the better of her? And how much of a chance would she have of beating the other women's champion?
That is very true. Of course, at the moment, Nikki Cross has been a very dominant champion. Number 4 is about to join us in 3 seconds here. Who's it going to be? Hey Ray, it's your favorite woman, Aaliyah, making her LS11 return. Aaliyah is back.
Who?
Aaliyah.
Who?
Anyways,
not ringing any bells.
This is Ray's Jinder Mahal, by the way.
What bit?
Aaliyah gets hit with a Hurricane Rana.
Who is this woman, Xander?
Well, she's on SmackDown TV in real life almost every week now.
Okay, does anyone watch that other than people turning on their television for the first time and it just auto-plays to Fox?
That's fair. As now Stacy Keibler has Mandy Rose in the ropes, we could be on the verge of the first elimination of the night, and it could be a former champion. I do apologize to everyone. There is going to be some lag throughout the Rumbles tonight because we are in an open arena stadium. As, a poison Rana from Aaliyah to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, you don't want to see a 6-man tag in this place, man.
Wait until the Rumbles fill up.
Oh, yeah. Hope you're ready, people.
I thought my computer was going to die recording this video. As number 5 of the joint, this will be a 6th of the way through. Mandy Rose went for a forearm. Liv Morgan into Oblivion. Oblivion to the former SmackDown champion. Whoa! Number 5 is Lita. Lita is back. The Queen of Extreme, making her way to the ring.
And this crowd's been whipped into a frenzy as Lita makes her return here. Going after Stacy Keibler, someone she faced back in the day.
We're not allowed to talk about those times, though. As now Lita...
They're not.
Lita gets the first elimination of the Rumble.
Yes, PR team, I know.
Lita scores the first elimination of the night. And now Lita knocking back Mandy Rose. Lita takes her down with knees to the face. Lita looks like she hasn't aged a day. And now Lita with Mandy Rose. Lita scores a second elimination. Lita has only been in here for about 15 seconds and she's already scored 2 eliminations.
And Liv Morgan fighting her off.
Liv Morgan knocks back Oblivion to the former women's champion. One of the stables of WWE during the Attitude Era. DDT from Aaliyah to Liv Morgan. Number 6 about to join us. It is Indy Hartwell, a woman who has been making a name for herself as of late.
Liv Morgan reverses a snap suplex into a German.
Indy Hartwell knocking back Liv Morgan. Now, as I was saying earlier, as I mentioned, Indy Hartwell, after the Way seemingly disbanded earlier this season, Indy Hartwell broke out and became a single star upon returning to SmackDown after all 4 members of the Way just kind of fizzled out. That first half of Season 3 was fun. And now Indy Hartwell, she's been getting more wins than ever on her own. She's broken out as a very impressive single star. In fact, nearly challenged for the SmackDown Women's title lately, as there's another Poison Rana from Ilya. Lita taking down Liv Morgan and kicks her in the ribs. And now Ilya turns her attention to Lita. Indy Hartwell getting Liv Morgan back up to her feet. And Liv knocks her back. Liv into another Oblivion. Big cutter there from Ilya. We're about to have our next entry into the Women's Rumble.
Who's it gonna be?
Number 7. Considered by many to be the favorite to win the whole thing.
The whole landscape just changed, Xander.
The man is here, and Becky Lynch scoops Liv Morgan up.
Chop block from Liv Morgan. And out goes Mystery Woman.
Lita with a 3rd elimination tonight. Lita is on fire. That means Lita has eliminated 10% of the Royal Rumble. And a moonsault from a standing position.
You know what they say, never mess with a redhead woman. Isn't that right, Becky?
As Liv kicks Becky in the ribs. Liv Morgan with a jump block. I think Liv realizes Becky Lynch is a heavy favorite and she needs to get her out of here as soon as possible.
Now Indy engaging in that lawsuit too. Indy, easily the toughest competitor to compete at the moment.
Indy Hartwell, she's got a real size advantage over her competitors tonight. She's a super tall woman. We're about to be joined by the next entry in the Women's Royal Rumble. Oh! Liv's been eliminated by Becky as Sonya Deville enters at number 8. One favorite eliminates another. Sonya Deville, a former 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, enters the ring.
Not, a weird authority figure.
That was weird. As Lita looking for her 4th elimination. Lita with another elimination. Lita is on fire tonight, Ray.
Lita has become the Kane of the Women's Royal Rumble.
Let's not mention them in the same sentence ever.
Oh, right.
As Lita and Becky.
That's in the Stacy Keibler category. Pretty much, guys, there's a do not open file that was most of the early 2000s.
Yeah, as Becky now goes after the arm of Lita, Becky kicks her in the ribs. Sonya Deville getting into the mix now. Becky Lynch tries to eliminate Lita. Lita might have just shot herself up the rankings of being a favorite to win this one with how she's performing tonight. As we're at our next entry.
Xander, you have to remember, we're still very early in the Rumble, and here comes Ivy Nile.
Representing the Diamond Mine, Ivy Nile in at number 9. Big knee strike takes down Sonya Deville. Ivy Nile making a name for herself, going into the biggest dog in the yard with Becky Lynch. We have not. I believe this is actually the first time we're ever seeing Ivy Nile compete in the LS11 Universe. I believe currently she's just been in the corner of other Diamond Mine members. This is her first matchup as she gets hit with a German by Lita. Palms out of her feet and clotheslines the legend into the corner.
Ivy Nile taking down Lita. Very impressive considering how well Lita's done so far.
And now Ivy Nile grabs Lita, getting her back up to her feet. And Ivy Nile, right hand to Lita. Becky Lynch now going after the young upstart. Ivy Nile has a very promising career ahead of her, if you ask me. As now Sonya Deville grabs Lita, and Sonya takes her down. Nile with a punch to the ribs of Lynch. We're about to be joined by number 10. We're about to be a third of the way through this whole thing. As there's a big clothesline from Ivy. And now Ivy Nile with Lita. Ivy Nile. Trying to eliminate her here. Now here comes a member of the Fight Factory, Kaylee Ray. Crucially not named Alba Fire. Kaylee Ray makes her way to the ring.
And Kaylee Ray and Ivy Nile, you have to think they have a problem with each other considering they both represent a fairly major faction on SmackDown.
You're absolutely right, Ray. As Becky Lynch going after Kaylee Ray right now. Becky Lynch has made it no secret she wants a shot at Nikki Cross on the SmackDown Women's title. Kaylee Ray, a close ally of Nikki Cross due to being fellow members of Fight Factory. And Becky Lynch trying to get Kaylee Ray out of here quickly. Becky Lynch said, "Hey, Nikki, look what I just did to your friend." Takes Kaylee Ray out of the ring.
Well, I guess Fight Factory won't have to worry about them having to fight each other at WrestleMania.
Well, Blair Davenport's still yet to come tonight. Wait a minute. Lita! That is elimination number 5.
Elimination 5 for Lita. We don't know, people.
Lita has cemented herself as a favorite in this one tonight. As Natalya enters number 11. Hey, Ray, people really like Natalya, don't you think? Anyways, Natalya into the ring. Natalya going after Lita, and Lita firing away on the member of the legendary Hart family. As Ivy Nile turns her attention back to Becky Lynch. Becky with a knee into the ribs. And there's her right hand connects again. Ivy Nile, a knee strike to Natalya and one to Becky. Ivy Nile throws Natalya over the top rope, and Ivy Nile, no!
What I will say about Natalya, do not judge me by my wins, judge me by my failures, because I have so few.
As now Ivy Nile throws Natalya over the top rope. Natalya gets back into the ring though. The 4 women in this matchup all right up on one another, trying to eliminate one another tonight. As now Lita grabs Ivy Nile, and Lita goes down, and Lita now swinging her around. Hurricane Rana, number 11, or no, excuse me, number 12 about to join us in this Royal Rumble.
Natalya and Becky going at each other right now, and
this is, oh, hang on, we got a debut on our hands here. This is Roxanne Perez, a former Ring of Honor Women's Champion, making her way to the ring. Once known as Roxy, making her way to the ring. This is the first time we're seeing her in the LS11 Universe.
Roxanne Perez making a much anticipated debut, or as she will be known in 6 months, Perez.
She grabs Lita and spikes her down, immediately trying to make a name for herself, going after a legend. And Ivy Nile getting annoyed. It almost seems like Ivy Nile's annoyed that Roxanne Perez went after what Ivy Nile saw as her target, which is Lita. Ivy Nile's been after Lita since she entered this ring. And now Perez grabs her. Oh, and then Becky Lynch eliminates Natalya.
I mean, Xander, I think it's a logical leap to make.
Absolutely. Lita, as I said, a living legend. She now has 5 eliminations in this Rumble. She's eliminated 6 of her competition. She grabs Perez now and gets her up. Number 13 about to join us. Who's it going to be? It is Carmella out at number 13. Perez with Enziguri to Lita takes her down. Carmella into the mix now as Becky with a knee strike to Ivy Nile. Now Carmella looking to join the mix. Perez takes down Lita.
Let's not forget that Carmella has to make it on her own tonight. There are no managers in the Royal Rumble.
That's right. Her husband, Corey Graves, not able to accompany her to the ring. And now Becky went for a leg drop, Lita out of the way. And now Carmella goes for Ivy Nile, who counters. Ivy Nile grabs Carmella. Ivy Nile throws Carmella to the top. Oh, Carmella with a kick. And now Becky going after Lita. There's an elbow strike from Ivy Nile. And Enziguri from Roxanne Perez. Becky with a suplex. Lita has been in here since the very beginning. She was one of the earliest entries. I believe she was number 5 in this matchup. So she's the earliest entry in the whole Rumble right now, as Roxanne Perez takes out the legs of Ivy Nile. Now Lita, oh my god, no way.
She can eliminate Becky Lynch. She eliminates Becky.
That is 6 eliminations for Lita.
A 5th of the Rumble is gone.
What the hell? Ray! That's Gail Kim!
Oh my god.
You're talking about women's wrestling around the world, and this woman is an absolute legend. Impact Hall of Famer. Gail Kim enters the ring.
You want to talk about the horsewomen? Xander, if they're the 4 horsewomen, Gail Kim practically said, "Let there be light in women's wrestling."
As Gail Kim drove Ivy Nile head first into the mat. Carmella trying to capitalize on Lita being tired. And now Lita, Hurricane Rana. Whoa, Carmella kicks back to her feet. And now Carmella grabs Lita. Lita has eliminated a 5th of this Royal Rumble tonight. And now Ivy Nile. Big knee strike to Gail Kim.
She's more responsible for what number are we on now? 13?
That is right.
So she's responsible for, I think, most of the eliminations we've seen so far.
That's right. Number 15 about to be out. Whoa, there goes Carmella.
But Roxanne Perez eliminates Carmella. And here comes Elektra Lopez at number 15.
Talked about factions earlier. Elektra Lopez representing. Oh, Logano from Raw. Ivy Nile just eliminated Lita.
Ivy Nile taking out the most impressive women's chop block to Elektra Perez. And we were right at the halfway point. Lita looked like she could go all the way, only to be eliminated by Ivy Nile. And Dragon Sleeper.
Dragon Sleeper is in. You know she had to have learned that from the coach of the Diamond Mine, Drew Gulak. As Gail Kim knocks Perez into the corner. Elektra Lopez throws Ivy Nile over herself. Gail Kim could be on the verge of a big elimination here over the debuting Roxanne Perez. As Ivy Nile, knee to the face of Elektra Lopez, who goes down. Gail Kim, oh, Roxanne fights out. And now Ivy Nile, double axe handle, and a punch to the back of the head of the living legend. Number 16 about to join us here. Out of number 16, Casey Catanzaro.
Talk about an underdog. Casey Catanzaro has been one for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. But tonight she could turn it all around and win the Royal Rumble.
And Gail Kim grabs her, and Gail Kim into a Hurricane Rana. Oh, and causes her to essentially leg drop Ivy Nile with that as well. As now Roxanne Perez standing tall. She's standing over Elektra Lopez. She grabs Casey Catanzaro. Gail Kim with a leg drop to Elektra Lopez. And now Gail Kim gets her up to her feet, and Gail Kim, oh! A shot from Elektra Lopez knocks her down. And Elektra Lopez standing on the back of Gail Kim. This ring filling back up again. As now Lopez over the top. Gail Kim scores the elimination. Roxanne Perez super kicks Ivy Nile out. But Ivy Nile leaves a lasting impact in this match as she took out Lita earlier on. We are about to be joined by number 17.
Xander, I think that is the record for eliminations in the Women's Rumble in LS11 Universe so far.
I believe it is actually just one lower. I believe Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey are tied with 7 each in the first Women's Rumble. I could be wrong. As Shotzi enters at number 17. Shotzi Blackheart enters the mix. No toy tank tonight to drive herself to the ring. She was just rushing in full head of steam. As Shotzi gets taken down by Gail Kim.
She's waiting for Triple H to come
Good bit. As Gail Kim gets the knee of Shotzi. Shotzi trying to knock her back. And Roxanne Perez with a sidewalk slam to Casey Catanzaro. Gail Kim with a Hurricane Rana to Shotzi. And now Gail Kim into a suplex. Ray, we're about 2/3 of the way through. As Gail Kim with a springboard. I think this might go down as the best Women's Rumble in LS11 history.
It's already been a fantastic Women's Rumble, Xander. And we have a lot of unconventional people in the mix right now as possible winners.
Absolutely. A dark horse, unexpected pick like Gail Kim, for example. And now Gail Kim into a Hurricane Rana as Lacey Evans.
And here's someone who I would say could be a favorite.
Absolutely. Lacey Evans, a former SmackDown Women's Champion. As there's a jawbreaker from Shotzi. Throws a super kick at Gail Kim. Now there's a super kick to Lacey Evans instead. Gail Kim going after Lacey Evans here. Gail Kim double underhook into a backbreaker. And Casey Catanzaro now eliminates Roxanne Perez. We are getting very close to being 2/3 of the way through the Rumble. You gotta wonder who else is coming in this one. And now Shotzi gets kicked by Casey Catanzaro on DDT. And now Lacey Evans gets Shotzi back up to her feet.
Lacey Evans trying to hit Shotzi like hard cut. Shotzi reverse kicks her in the gut. Shotzi doing something big, I think, but oh, here comes a snap suplex. Casey Catanzaro, oh, she drops her down.
Number 19 about to join us now. Who's gonna be number 19? Oh, it's been a year since we last saw her. Last year she fought Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's title, and now Trish Stratus is here in the Royal Rumble.
Trish Stratus Part of some of the flashbacks you've seen tonight, Xander, a lot of them doing surprisingly well, including her rival Lita. You know Trish is wishing Lita was still in this match.
Absolutely. And I think maybe the guy recording it was kind of hoping that would have happened too. But anyway, Shotzi on the top rope thanks to Trish. Now Trish looking to get an elimination right out of the gate here against Shotzi. Shotzi gets out of it. And now Lacey Evans going after her. Catanzaro with a DDT to Gail Kim. And oh, Lacey jumping Trish from behind.
Also, Gail Kim and Trish Stratus in the same ring.
Things you thought you'd never see. And Shotzi knocking back Lacey Evans. Gail Kim with a suplex to Catanzaro. Now we're about to be 2/3 of the way through the Rumble. Number 20 on the way. Who's going to be number 20?
It's going to be...
It's Maurice.
Oh, what a game-changing number 20s, Andy. How will anybody...
Oh, Catanzaro's been eliminated. Because there's an enziguri from Blackheart. And now Shotzi grabs Maurice, and Shotzi puts Maurice in the ropes. Slapping her in the face, Gail Kim interrupts. This ring has become a mosh pit yet again.
That it has, Xander, that it has. There's Trish Stratus. Picks up Shotzi Blackheart.
And now Trish trying to take down Shotzi, but Gail Kim grabs Maurice, and Gail Kim spikes Maurice on the back of her head. Gail Kim not going to just eliminate herself and walk out tonight, that's for sure. And now Gail Kim gets taken down by Lacey Evans. If you know, you know on that. And now Shotzi with a kick to the ribs of Trish.
Well, this time she got hit.
It's true.
Yeah.
And this time they're called women. Number 21. Okay, now it's a game changer. There goes Maurice. I know everyone's devastated. I'm sure everyone thought Maurice was winning. As Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, is here.
And one of the biggest difference he's doing now, Xander, no Kid Rock.
Probably the case.
Yeah.
But on a more serious note, Asuka could definitely be considered a heavy favorite to win this whole thing. She had an incredible showing in a SmackDown Women's title match a few nights ago on SmackDown. Practically won the whole thing, tapped the champion out on the outside, but of course it doesn't count, as Shotzi is eliminated by Trish Stratus.
Oh, and Asuka dropping Lacey down on the ropes.
And Gail Kim with a DDT to Trish. And now Lacey Evans with a knee strike to Asuka's face. Lacey Evans with a kick to the ribs, now knocking back Asuka. Takes out the arm of the Empress. And there's a kick to the back of the skull. Trish now grabs onto Gail Kim and Trish Stratus. There's Gail Kim into the corner. There's a right hand. Lacey Evans knocking her back. Trish looking for another elimination here. Lacey drives Asuka into the mat. Trish Stratus dumps out. Gail Kim has Caitlyn making a return here.
Yes! Yeah! Woo! Better luck next time, buddy! Alright! Now we're talking! Woo!
Caitlyn, a woman who many consider to be ahead of her time from the Divas era, is here. First time we've ever seen her in the LS11 Universe. She enters the ring. And Caitlyn, this is going to be, I mean, we've seen a lot of legends and nostalgia returns doing really well. Caitlyn, she's come in late enough, she can win the whole thing, Ray.
Also, if you've seen SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, you know.
If you know, you know. Caitlyn makes her way to the ring. A large woman, extremely muscular. Makes you wonder why I put her in the Rumble. As now Asuka with a knee strike to Lacey Evans' face. And now, big clothesline from Caitlyn to Lacey Evans. And oh my god, look at the strength here of Caitlyn.
Oh, she's pressing Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans is known for being quite strong herself. Oh, and a military press to the Marine.
I was going to say, a former Marine is Lacey Evans. Out next, who's going to be? Zelena Vega, out at number 23. And old Lacey Evans thrown over the top. Caitlyn could have eliminated her there, but Trish caught her. There's a neckbreaker from Trish. There's a kick now from Trish to Zelena. Zelena Vega being welcomed in with an immediate beatdown from Trish Stratus. As now Asuka grabs Caitlyn. This is a generational clash here. Asuka's got her in the corner. Lacey grabs Asuka. Asuka knocking her back, and Asuka gets caught by Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans throws Asuka over the top. But Caitlyn with a clothesline to Lacey. There's a kick from Trish. This matchup becoming pure chaos again. Oh! Lacey thrown into Trish by Asuka. You ever get so mad you use someone as a weapon? Because that's what Asuka just did. Oh, and Caitlyn with a punch to the gut of Trish. Who's going to come out at number 24? And now, Caitlyn dropping Lacey. Number 24, it's another debut on her hands. Cora Jade enters the Royal Rumble.
Here comes Cora Jade. If you may, could she go all the way in Alexander?
Could be a hell of a debut for her. As Cora Jade makes her way to the ring. A woman who's had many comparisons to Paige in her career. Being a young upstart, Cora Jade only 21 years old. As Caitlyn takes down Lacey Evans, and Zelena Vega spikes Caitlyn on the back of her head. And Zelena with a stomp to the arm of Caitlyn. Trish gets dropped on her head in the corner by Cora Jade. Imagine an elimination like that for the young upstart Cora Jade. They may not have to imagine it for long. Trish with a Hurricane Rana. And Zelena Vega eliminates Caitlyn. Damn it.
Neck breaker there from Trish Stratus to Asuka.
The Rumble is into its final sixth. We have final fifth. We have 6 competitors left to enter. As Trish Stratus, oh my god, eliminates Asuka. And Zelena Vega eliminates Lacey Evans, this ring emptying out. Out next, the winner of last year's Royal Rumble, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
And you have to think she's an odds-on favorite already. She would be an odds-on favorite entering earlier in the match, Xander. But she has a late entry. Last year's winner, as you just said.
Shayna Baszler is here. The Queen of Spades marches to the ring. Trish with a clothesline. And look at this generational clash. Trish Stratus and Shayna Baszler. The Queen of Spades now gets kicked in the knee. Remember, Shayna ended last year and just started throwing people out left and right. Trish kicks her down. Cora Jade getting Zelena Vega up to her feet now. And Cora Jade with Zelena throws her over the top. And Cora Jade right into Zelena Vega. And another. Cora Jade scores the elimination. Whoa, what the hell?
Oh my god.
Shayna Baszler just got almost immediately thrown out by Cora Jade. Cora Jade just had her star-making moment.
Now Cora Jade, she could eliminate Trish Stratus.
Cora Jade at the top rope. She's in a one-on-one situation with a living legend in her debut match.
She needs to get her out.
And now, Bianca Belair, another heavy favorite to win it. Cora Jade eliminates Trish.
And here comes Bianca.
What an arrival for Cora Jade tonight. And Bianca Belair now scoops her up. They call her the strongest, the fastest, and the hardest hitting. She is the EST, the BEST of WWE. Bianca Belair dropping Cora Jade. Could this be Bianca's year?
Could very well be, Xander. And she kicks her down.
Mocking her a little here.
Yeah. Bianca saying, yeah, you're good, but you're not my level yet, kid.
And looks to prove that point. Bianca Belair, for the first time in the Rumble, a competitor is all alone. Number 27 about to join us, the luckiest number in the Rumble.
Xander.
I just need to stop talking sometimes.
There is nobody.
Mina. Then Tamina. Tamina gets her first suplex. And now Tamina getting Bianca Belair up to her feet, and Tamina kicks her in the ribs. Tamina, she enters the luckiest spot. Tamina could go all the way to WrestleMania, Ray. Tamina now takes down Bianca, who's back to her feet. Bianca with a spear. Belair with a spear. And now Belair.
Tamina versus Ripley. What's gonna happen?
Who could ever win that one? As now Bianca Belair knocking back Tamina. Belair with a forearm. Grounding Tamina. And now Bianca off the ropes. Big splash on the Tamina. 3 entries left. Who's going to be number 28? Drop kick from Belair. She's taking down Tamina. Bianca Belair doing a great job right now. Spears Tamina again. Here comes the Queen. Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair has turned her attention to Flair immediately.
Guys, never turn your back on Tamina.
Well, she's down and out. And now Flair grabbing Bianca and takes her down. Charlotte Flair takes out the knee. Shayna Baszler grabs Charlotte, and Shayna goes up for a suplex. Charlotte gets out of it. And now Charlotte, she's under late. She could win the whole thing.
Yes, Xander, she could. And then, you know what? We probably have to move away and change our names.
Hey man, we may be on the reading with 30 than the last two.
Oh yeah.
We're invincible. As now, Bianca Belair with a clothesline to the back of Tamina. And Belair went for a forearm to Flair. Charlotte Flair turns Bianca Belair around, and Charlotte gets her up and drops her. And that had number 29. That means there's only 2 slots left, and we're about to fill one of them. Number 29. Who's it gonna be? Well, we knew she was coming. Blair Davenport, the other member of Fight Factory in this Rumble, which means number 30 is a complete mystery. Blair Davenport, the final announced name for the Rumble.
Who's going to be out at number 30? Xander?
Oh! Belair just whipped Charlotte with her hair.
Oh, and Blair Davenport with that neck breaker.
Of course, Blair Davenport's debut in LS11 Universe was attacking Charlotte Flair. You know she'd love to eliminate her from the Royal Rumble and get some more vengeance tonight. Get just one more up on the Queen. Oh, there's the hair whip again. And now Tamina knocked in the ropes. Bianca Belair with Tamina has her up. Tamina could be in trouble. Blair Davenport joining in. And Tamina is gone, which means we now know the final 4. Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Blair Davenport, and whoever enters in 10 seconds. Who's it going to be? As Bianca Belair. KOD! Oh! Raquel Gonzalez taken out before Survivor Series with an arm injury thanks to Shayna Baszler. And now Raquel is back.
You know she was disappointed when she saw Shayna eliminated so early.
You know she wanted to do that herself. Raquel Gonzalez, the betting odds just changed. Raquel enters the ring. Grabs Blair Davenport and Raquel Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm saying, the final 4, Blair Davenport, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Raquel Gonzalez.
Now Bianca Belair, look at this. Scoops Blair up. It looked like Raquel was going to be doing this, but then Charlotte decided she wanted a shot at Raquel. We're down to 3. And Raquel boots both women. And now Raquel Gonzalez grabs Charlotte Flair. Throws her over the top. Oh my God! There goes Flair.
And now, Xander, we're down to the final 2.
And then there were 2.
One of these women are going to WrestleMania. Big boot there.
Raquel Gonzalez drop kicks Bianca Belair. You're right, Ray. We are now down to 2. And now Raquel Gonzalez. Oh, Bianca Belair's got her. Belair went for the spear. Raquel jumped her. There's a drop kick. And now Raquel Gonzalez getting Bianca back up to her feet. Raquel with a kick. Raquel Gonzalez now gets Bianca up. Raquel Gonzalez. Powerbomb folds her like an accordion. Gets Raquel up and Raquel.
Come on, Bianca.
The one-arm choke bomb. Raquel Gonzalez is going to WrestleMania.
Raquel Gonzalez comes through and just tears through the final 3.
Raquel Gonzalez tears through her opponents tonight. That boot to Charlotte Flair to send her out of the ring was devastating. And then the choke bomb to Bianca Belair, your winner, and the woman who will go on to challenge for either the Raw or SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania, Raquel Gonzalez. A huge win there for Raquel in her return. She's going to WrestleMania, one way or the other. So we now know that Raquel Gonzalez is heading to WrestleMania. It's time to move into dream match territory, as here comes the second generation superstar, Braun Steiner.
Braun the Breaker Steiner has come in and lit this place on fire. He's already competed for a world title.
He has, and he got damn near close to winning the thing last month. Braun Steiner, he came out on SmackDown a few weeks ago and said he was here to meet John Cena's challenge and, quote, take the initiative that Cena wanted stars like Steiner to take and meet the franchise in the ring. He said, this is going to be the biggest match of my career. We're doing it at the biggest stage we can. Let's do this at the Royal Rumble. And Cena said, I like the hustle. Let's do it. So now here comes John Cena to the ring. A man who, Ray, you haven't been around for, but Cena has given us a timeline. He said that after the events of Survivor Series, I don't know why his shirt is tucked in, after the events of Survivor Series, he had to do some soul searching. That's why he went away for a few weeks. He called his Survivor Series loss to Cody one of the most embarrassing things that's happened to him in his whole career. And he has made the proclamation, if he does not win a world championship by Survivor Series Season 4, he will hang it up, call it quits, and retire.
Cena has been possessed by a mission, and I think he gave himself this to give him that end goal. To say, I have this long to do this. Because Cena has mainly stayed young for the most part, and he hasn't slowed down. But he ultimately knows someday he will. It's inevitable. Age will always take even the greatest of champions.
You're absolutely right, Ray. And now John Cena, he's made it his mission to be the iron that sharpens the iron of the young stars of SmackDown. We've seen him going one-on-one with young stars of SmackDown left and right. Most recently, we saw him take on Wes Lee this past Friday on SmackDown. He took on A-Kid recently. Tyler Bate went out with the tag team champions. All of them have taken Cena to the limit. And now Cena tonight looks to go one-on-one with, I say, the young star that probably has the best chance of beating him, the Breaker, Braun Steiner.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Braun Steiner slowly starting out, hitting him shoulder to shoulder. Goes for the clothesline, misses. Cena takes control and moves him to the corner.
Cena put him in the corner. Many have considered Braun Steiner to be a true successor to John Cena, a man who has the ability to be the face of the WWE one day. But now, he's got a big clash ahead of him. John Cena is on the run of his life right now. John Cena, for reference, besides that match with Cody, John Cena has only lost 2 matches in the last year since WrestleMania Season 2. That being a matchup with Seth Rollins on draft night and the matchup to Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series. John Cena has been on another level this season.
That he has Xander, and now if Braun can manage to beat him, he's already faced the world champion. I imagine he goes on the short list to face Rollins at WrestleMania if a Raw star should win the Royal Rumble.
Or even if a SmackDown star wins, so happens to choose the WWE title. It can happen. Braun Steiner punching John Cena in the head. Steiner going up to the skull of Cena again. Cena is down now, and Steiner getting Cena back up to his feet. Braun with a punch. Braun Steiner fires away. Almost strike, knocks back Cena. Knocking him towards the corner. Cena gets out of the way. Now Braun gets him with a right hook. Braun Steiner grabs Cena. Elbow strike, knocks him back. And again, now Steiner sending Cena crashing into the corner. Steiner's got Cena again. Braun runs his shoulder into him. And again.
Braun Steiner, hitting him with that knee. Braun Steiner really starting to take control of this match. Cena now needs to go on the offense. And he does. He gets him in the firing carry position. Could be staying up for the AA. But Braun gets out.
Steiner hits the ropes. Whoa! Was setting up for the spear. Cena got a knee to the skull. And now Cena, oh, here we go. Pulls back on the leg. STF is in. Cena with the STF in on Steiner. Steiner in some trouble here. Those ropes are a good few feet away. He's going to scratch and claw his way down, but instead he chooses to fly free.
Braun breaker of Rough Steiner gets out.
Steiner knocks back Cena now. Braun Steiner with a right hook. Knocking him back. Steiner knocks Cena into the corner, and Braun grabs John Cena, throws him across the ring into the corner. Steiner with a clothesline to Cena, taking him down. There's an elbow drop to Cena. And now Steiner grabs the franchise, getting him back up to his feet. Braun, right hand to Cena, knocking him back again. Braun Steiner caught with a right hook from Cena.
Cena takes Braun into a suplex, belly-to-belly suplex from John Cena. Into the cover. One. No, kick out there by Braun.
Braun Steiner staying on top in this one. Now Cena grabs him, and Cena punching Braun in the side of the head repeatedly. John Cena takes him down. Cena's got Braun getting him back up to his feet. John Cena grabs onto him, and Cena into another belly-to-belly to Braun Steiner. Cena now turns him over and kicks him in the back. Cena grabs the arm, and John Cena stomps the arm of Steiner. Oh, here we go. Cena, he's got him.
He's in for the AA.
Attitude. Whoa, no, Steiner fights out.
Steiner frees himself.
There he's got Cena up. There it is, the military press. Power slam. Cover. 1, 2, no.
Cena kicking out of that massive power slam delivered. So much momentum Braun builds going from that power slam position.
Cena now taking down Steiner. And Braun Steiner getting picked back up to his feet. John Cena grabs him now, and Cena with Steiner into the corner. John Cena grabs him. Oh my God, Cena's got him on the top rope. Cena, this is how he ends so many matches. He's won so many big matches this way. He's looking to come off the top with the avalanche.
Attitude adjustment.
Good night, Steiner. 1, 2. Oh my God, Steiner kicked out. Braun Steiner, one of the only men capable of kicking out of the Avalanche AA, and now John Cena.
Cena's starting to feel it.
He hits the ropes for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Cena had to run things a bit backwards there, and now Cena gets Steiner back up to his feet. John Cena with Steiner in the corner. Cena grabs onto him, puts him back up again. He's going
in the second one, but Braun has it scouted. Spear into the cover. Here we go. 1, 2. Cena kicked out.
John Cena kicks out of the attempted spear. Braun now, what's he thinking? Kicks him in the knee. Braun Steiner takes him down. Steiner now gets Cena, getting him back up to his feet, and Steiner kicks him in the ribs. Braun Steiner firing away on Cena now. Steiner with an elbow. Cena goes in the ropes. Steiner sends him off the ropes. Oh, went for a Frankensteiner. Cena got out of the way. And now Cena, he's got him back up again. Steiner again escapes the attitude adjustment. Hits a shoulder block on Cena. And now Steiner with Cena. Oh, what a clothesline. Turns Cena over with a kick to the skull. Braun grabs him by the head, and Braun grabbing Cena, dragging him, trying to get him away from the ropes here, it looks like.
See what he can do. Elbow drop.
Elbows him in the back, and Braun drops another elbow on John Cena.
Braun Steiner truly starting to feel like he's got a lot of momentum, but Cena takes him down with the clothesline.
Cena with a huge clothesline. He's got Steiner now. Cena punches him in the face. Steiner's down. Cena turns him over with a kick, and now Cena into a bulldog choke. Cena to pull a new move out of his arsenal here. Now to throw in some new attacks to Steiner.
Steiner's trying to get out here. Let's see what he can do. He turns out of it. Braun Steiner, and going for the shots to the body, and an elbow to the head.
Shoulder block again to Cena. And now Steiner grabs Cena by the arm. And now grabs a leg, dragging Cena right into the center of the ring. What is Steiner thinking here? He turns him over with a kick. Into Steiner. Whoa, went for the recliner. Cena kicks at the knee.
Steiner recliner does not connect, but Cena. AA.
A second AA. 1, 2. Steiner. Steiner finds the way to kick out a second time.
And Braun Steiner still trying to recover. I think Cena might be calling for one more. If he can get one more, and oh, he's going with the headlock, and he's punching Braun in the face. Cena desperate to finish this young man.
Cena now getting Steiner back to his feet, and John Cena throws him into the corner. Cena grabs onto Braun.
Xander, is Cena in a panic?
I think he might be. Not many people can take a Super AA and the regular one and still get up. And Braun Steiner showing that he is a genetic freak as he gets thrown in the corner. And Steiner bursts out of the corner into a right hook. Grabs Cena by the head. Headbutt from Steiner. And now Steiner gets Cena up again. Braun kicks John Cena in the ribs. What is Braun Steiner thinking here? He's got John Cena up on his shoulders. Power bombs him. Did you see the way Cena folded like an accordion?
Braun Steiner, another headbutt from Braun Steiner.
He headbutts Cena a second time now, and Steiner right hand to the ribs. Grabs John again and throws him off the ropes. They collide. And John Cena, crossbody. Cena taking him down. Now Cena turns things back over. Cena went for the STF, which means now both men have countered one another's submissions. Cena now gets him back on his shoulders. We're about to see another AA. No. Steiner, spear!
Another spear!
And now Steiner grabs John Cena. And what is Steiner thinking now? He drags John Cena away from the ropes. And Steiner kicks him in the back. Steiner! Recliner is in!
Oh!
Are we about to witness John Cena tap out? He's the man.
Steiner recliner getting tighter and tighter in on Cena.
Cena says never give up, never say die. John Cena, is he gonna tap out? This could be it. Steiner's got the recliner in tight. John Cena, he's fighting. John Cena's fighting for all he's got here. Steiner, he's wrenching it in, but Cena, and this is the longest anyone has ever stayed in the Steiner recliner. This move nearly won Steiner the world title last month at Cyber Sunday. As Cena's trying to fight, Cena's got life. Cena's legs, notice, still flailing. He's still trying desperately to get out of this.
It's been on so long, Xander. So long, you can see Cena just wrenching, yelling, trying to get out, trying to find something he can do.
And Steiner is screaming, tap, tap.
But his arm's weakening, and Cena uses that to slip out.
Cena manages to slip out. He gets Steiner back to his feet, and Cena scoops him up. Sidewalk slam.
Cena stayed in that Steiner recliner for so long. The strain on Braun's arms ultimately helped him get out.
Oh, Steiner gets out of the way of an attempted splash. Cena staggering back to his feet, and Steiner grabs onto him, kicks him in the ribs, and what's Braun thinking now? Braun. Oh, a back body drop from Cena. Now Cena grabs Steiner, dragging him away from the ropes here. Braun Steiner in some trouble. Cena covers him. 1, 2, Steiner kicks out. Now Cena's got him down. Cena pulls Steiner in, gets him up. Powerbomb!
Here's the cover.
And another kick out from Steiner. Braun has still got life. Braun Steiner giving it everything he's got to try and stay alive. Cena now going to the top rope. John Cena perched up at the top. Cena on the top. Oh, went for a crossbody. Steiner scoops him up into a fireman's carry. Pops him up into a powerbomb.
And Cena is down. Cena might be out. Braun picks him up again. If he hits him with another powerbomb.
Steiner this time.
Oh my god, no. On the outside!
And you gotta think, right, both of these guys are in the Royal Rumble later tonight.
They are, Xander. I don't think they're gonna make it very long.
Cena's considered one of the heavy favorites to win the whole thing. But if Steiner keeps giving a beating like this, I don't know. I think those betting odds are gonna change. Cena trying to end this one now. Goes up into the top. Tries to do the 10 punches, but Steiner immediately pushes him away. Shoulder block.
But Cena, you know John Cena gets sucked in by the challenge.
And now Steiner punching Cena in the face repeatedly. Steiner's got him down now. Bron gets Cena back up to his feet. Braun Steiner with a jab. Cena grabs him now. John Cena. Belly to Braun Steiner. Now Braun getting back to his feet. Cena got too caught up trying to pose for the fans. Steiner gets knocked back. Cena grabs him now. John Cena scoops him up. Steiner leaps over him again. And now Steiner grabs John Cena. Oh my God, look at the strength.
Belly to belly.
An overhead belly to belly from Steiner. Into an elbow to Cena. Braun Steiner has him down. Cena gets kicked in the ribs. Steiner getting back into his feet now. Braun Steiner grabs John Cena. Throws him off the ropes. Freaking Steiner. And now Braun in the corner. Full head of steam now for Steiner. Steiner.
Sprint. Spear.
Another spear to Cena. But a rope break on that one. Cena now getting back to his feet. John Cena sweeps the leg of Steiner. Cena with another kick. Steiner's down. Cena grabs him and kicks him in the back. John Cena now went for a double axe handle. Steiner out of the way. Braun Steiner now grabs John Cena. Steiner with Cena over the top rope. Steiner grabs onto him. Right hand. Steiner going to the outside. Braun with Cena.
Picks him up. Oh, drops his spine on the canvas.
Steiner goes spine first onto the back, onto the canvas, right on the apron. And now Cena throws him across ringside. But at this point, John Cena taking the rare count-out approach. I think Cena knows that if he wants any chance at winning the Rumble later tonight, this is what he's got to do. But Steiner just launched with a fire of steam into a clothesline. Cena fires back with a jawbreaker into a clothesline of his own. Cena one more time. Says, you can't see me. Time for a 5. Knuckle. Shuffle. Cena turns him over. John Cena cover on Steiner. 1. Steiner kicks out again. And Steiner gets back up to his feet. Right hand to Cena. Braun Steiner gets Cena up on his shoulders, and Braun walking into the center of the ring.
Braun, oh my God, power slam again!
The military press power slam to John Cena. Turns him over now, and Steiner. Dragon Sleeper. Breaking a new move in again. That's the thing with this young guy, Braun Steiner. Every time he steps in that ring, he does something new. Cena gets back to his feet, and Cena grabs onto him. John Cena scoops him up. Steiner counters. Steiner drops him with a reverse DDT. And Steiner going up the top rope. Braun perched up high. Braun
going for something big. He's telling Cena, get up. Here we go. On the top. Oh, Cena caught him.
Cena caught him into a slam. Now Cena's going to go to the top. And Braun gets out of the way of a diving 5-knuckle shuffle. Clotheslines him in the back. Now Steiner hits the rope. Braun Steiner going to the top rope. Braun leaps over Cena. But misses the landing on that one. Cena grabs him down. John Cena throws him in the corner. Cena, oh, here we go. One more time. Gets him right across the face. John Cena for a second avalanche and a third overall attitude
adjustment. Cena going for the cover. Here we go. Hook of the leg.
1, 2, 3. John Cena gets the win, but Ray, a star was born in this match.
That was. What a fight these two had out here. And you know Braun is just thinking, I messed up. I made one mistake.
Absolutely. Braun Steiner, with enough time, Braun Steiner will be on the level of John Cena, but John Cena further proves why many call him the greatest of all time. John Cena gets the win, and you gotta think, that's one step closer to a date with destiny, a shot at a world championship.
Yeah, I know what he's thinking right now is, hopefully I can survive the Royal Rumble, but if he can, Who is he going after?
Great question.
Hey, Cody. Look, I just wanted to come talk to you after that match with Seth. You did good out there. You know, you win some, you lose some, but don't sweat it. No one expected you to beat him anyway. To hell with you, Orton.
Well, a rather interesting confrontation there between Orton and Rhodes. We're going to move on with the rest of the show, though. It is now time for the Raw Women's Championship, as here comes the woman who was recently traded to Raw in exchange for Liv Morgan, who we saw earlier tonight in the Royal Rumble. The Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai, making her way to the ring.
Io Shirai very quickly rising up in the ranks of the women's division on Raw. And now it's targeted the Raw Women's Champion, the queen who sits at the top of the mountain, Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley has been there for well over a year.
Absolutely. Today is day 420 of Rhea Ripley's Raw Women's Championship reign.
That is, Xander, that it is. And Io Shirai looks to shake up the world. She can beat Rhea Ripley here tonight. You know Raquel Gonzalez, who is watching this very closely.
Absolutely. Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley have a huge amount of history going back all the way to the beginning of this season, where Raquel Gonzalez was the last person to defeat Rhea Ripley, the only person to score a victory over Rhea Ripley this season in a tag team matchup. And it was that was Rhea Ripley's only loss in the last almost year and a half now. Today is day 420 of that championship reign for Rhea Ripley. As tonight, Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring for yet another title defense, this time against an old NXT rival, someone that 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago today, Rhea Ripley successfully retained the NXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai.
That it was, Xander, that it was. It was a fantastic takeover event. But now, it's 2 years later, and Rhea has done nothing but get better.
Absolutely. You could say the same for Shirai as well. Her first night on Raw, she won that #1 contendership. And now, here we are.
Rhea has the most intimidating presence I've seen out of any star so far.
Absolutely.
Just totally dominant runs with 2 women's championships and 2 separate brands.
The only two-time Raw Women's Champion in the LS11 Universe, Rhea Ripley. Her first reign, not much to talk about. It was only a couple minutes long after the events of a cash-in, but when you look at her 2 reigns together, Rhea Ripley, the only person to defeat Ronda Rousey when she was here. And I'm sure you probably all sighed a sigh of relief when she didn't show up earlier tonight.
Yep.
So Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley, 1-on-1.
We gave you Gail Kim, Internet.
We gave you something nice, so please be nice to us. Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai, 1-on-1. What a matchup this is about to be for the Raw Women's title, as we are drawing very near. This is about, I'd say this is about the halfway point of the show. For those curious, we have had most of our preliminary matches. After this, we only have 2 more matches before the Royal Rumble. So, Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley going to go 1-on-1. Without any further ado, here we go. Out of the gate, Rhea with a right hook, and now Rhea knocking back Io. Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs.
Oh, Rhea Ripley. He throws to the corner by Io Shirai.
Now Io Shirai ties the leg out. Io Shirai kicks the leg out of Rhea Ripley. And now Io Shirai, no, right hand from Rhea. Rhea Ripley gets her. Shirai scoops her up and spikes her in the mouth with a body slam. Io Shirai now firing well on the head of Rhea Ripley. We are only halfway through the show tonight as Io Shirai went for a standing moonsault. Rhea got out of the way. We are only halfway through the night tonight as Rhea kicks her in the head. And what a night it has been already. A hell of a women's Royal Rumble. I'd argue the best women's Royal Rumble in LS11 Universe. A huge world title match with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and an incredible matchup there between John Cena and Bron Steiner just a few moments ago. And now Rhea Ripley. Right hand, no. Io Shirai turns around, and Shirai. Back body drop to the Raw Women's Champion. Io Shirai's got her down. Now there's a kick. Shirai with another kick knocks Ripley down. Io Shirai grabs Rhea Ripley, dragging her away from the ropes. Io Shirai with Ripley. Into a cover. Shirai and Ripley. One, no. Kick out from Rhea. Rhea Ripley kicks out. Shirai grabs her. Io Shirai grabs Rhea Ripley and sweeps the leg, taking her down and snaps the leg again. And now Io Shirai knees into the ribs. Io Shirai now. Rhea's down. Rhea Ripley is down. Io Shirai scrambles up the top rope, and Shirai one elbow attempt. A shout out to her old friend Kairi Sane on that one.
And now Rhea Ripley looking to take back control. Rhea Ripley with a lariat. And another. A trios lariat.
And now a leg drop follows it up. Rhea Ripley now repeatedly stomping on Io Shirai. Rhea Ripley getting her back up to her feet. And Rhea Ripley with a kick. Rhea kicks her in the ribs again. Rhea, no. Shirai rolls to Rhea with a spear. Cover. 1, 2. Io Shirai kicked out. Rhea tried to wrap that one up like she's wrapped up many of the matches in the past. Quick and easy. Another kick. Shirai back to her feet. Shirai with an uppercut. Grabs Rhea. Rhea Ripley thrown in the corner. And Io Shirai grabs onto her. Puts the champion up top. And what is Io thinking? Hooks the legs around the ropes. Punches her and dazes her now. What is Io Shirai thinking here?
Io Shirai.
Oh my god, what's she doing?
Oh my god!
Spanish fly off the top rope. Good lord.
Here's the cover.
1, 2. Ripley kicked out. Rhea Ripley kicks out. Io Shirai goes over the top. Io Shirai runs the ropes. She might be looking for the moonsault to Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, no! Rhea Ripley powered out. Io Shirai's got her down. Shirai knees to the ribs of Rhea. Now Io Shirai knees to the side again. Rhea Ripley back to her feet. There's the big boot. The way she's won many of the matches in the past. 1, 2. Io Shirai kicks out.
Shirai is really presenting quite a challenge to Rhea Ripley thus far.
And now Rhea Ripley realizes that this is one of the biggest challenges she's had. Not many people can kick out of the big boot when she hits it. She stomps the back of the knee of Io Shirai. Shirai back to her feet, and now Rhea tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Slams her onto the mat. Rhea gets her back to her feet now, and Rhea Ripley throws her across the ring. Puts her in the corner, and Rhea goes across the ring, and look at the speed here. Rhea with a kick to the skull.
A big boot in the corner, and then oh, Shirai! Shirai grabs the foot and, sweeping it down. Io Shirai stomps the arm, and Rhea Ripley wobbling in pain.
Shirai's got a long way to go here. Goes for the elbow. Goes for broken. Suffers for it. Rhea goes into the corner. Shirai grabs her. Shirai, big knee strike. Takes her down. And now Shirai going into the legs. Rhea back to her feet. Rhea with a spear. It is big move after big move in this matchup between these two women. And Shirai now stomps the arm of Rhea. Rhea Ripley is down. Io Shirai looking for another kick. Rhea Ripley sweeps the leg. Ripley's got her down, and Rhea with a leg drop takes her down. Now Rhea firing with more kicks on Io Shirai. Shirai gets caught with another boot from Ripley into a leg drop. Rhea Ripley stays on top at the moment. Rhea stomping repeatedly now on the chest of Io Shirai. And now Io Shirai, Hurricane Rana to the Raw Women's Champion. Turns her over now, Io into a cover. 1, 2, no. Io Shirai now grabs Rhea Ripley, gets her up to her feet. There's a kick knocking her back. Rhea Ripley turned around by Shirai. Big knee strike again connects. Cover. 1. No, a kick out again from Rhea Ripley.
Ripley starting not look so good here. Oh, another addition of the knees to the stomach. And the third time. Oh, wait, no. Moonsault!
Moonsault connects again. 2. Ripley kicked out. We nearly had a new Raw Women's Champion.
I was so close, Xander.
Shirai getting her back to her feet. Shirai with Ripley back into the corner, head first again. And now Shirai grabs her, puts Rhea on the top rope. Shirai, oh my god, is she going to do this a second time? She's going back up after Ripley. Io Shirai grabs her for another
Avalanche Spanish Fly!
And both women writhing in pain. And now Ripley's down. Shirai covers. 1, 2. No! Io Shirai unable to get her. And now Rhea's down. Shirai goes out of the ring. And Io Shirai going up to the top. Io Shirai. One for the third moonsault. Rhea got out of the way. Rhea goes in the corner. There's the big boot. And now Rhea Ripley gets her back up to her feet. Rhea looks in her face and says, "It's over." Another big boot. Cover. 1, 2, 3. That might be the closest we've ever seen Rhea Ripley come to losing that championship. Rhea Ripley continues her reign of dominance, but like I said, Ray, that's probably the closest we've ever seen her come to losing that championship.
Oh, it definitely was, Xander. What a match between these two. And now Rhea Ripley has to look towards the Elimination Chamber.
And she's got to look back. Raquel Gonzalez, the only other woman that's come that close to beating her, the only woman that has pinned her in the last year and a half. You know Raquel's got to be watching Rhea very closely now. And Rhea has to keep her eyes open, because she's still got a whole month ahead of her before WrestleMania comes around. So Rhea Ripley scores the win over Io Shirai. Rhea Ripley puts another one in her rearview mirror. But by just how much? Because you got to think, Io Shirai is going to want another match eventually. But up next, it's another clash of generations. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line. The Viper, Randy Orton, coming out first.
Randy Orton at one point was one of the great Intercontinental champions, only holding the title, I believe, 2 times. But what he did with those titles was truly incredible for its time.
Absolutely. Randy Orton, over the last few weeks, has come out and dropped Austin Theory with RKOs. He dropped him on the SmackDown after Cyber Sunday with 1, and the following week he told Austin Theory, "I see a lot of myself in you. Young, stupid, and entitled." He even brought up the parallels that Austin Theory finds himself in a faction aligned with Triple H, a grizzled old veteran at this point. Cody Rhodes, an overconfident, classic cut wrestler. And then Drew McIntyre, a big young guy with a lot of muscle and a lot of potential. Randy immediately pointed out a lot of parallels between the Triple H regime and Evolution, even pointing out that Austin Theory became the Intercontinental Champion upon joining the group. And Randy Orton said he finds Austin Theory to be extremely annoying and he's ready to humble him. He dropped him an RKO that week. A few nights ago on SmackDown, Randy Orton gaslighted Sami Zayn into taking his Intercontinental title match 2 weeks early, and then ended up costing Sami the title to Austin Theory, saying, "If anyone's going to beat this stupid kid for the title, it's going to be me." So here comes Austin Theory. The Intercontinental Champion won the title 2 months ago now at Survivor Series from Kevin Owens.
And ever since then, Xander, it's been quite a power trip, I'd say.
I'd say so. Austin Theory recruited in by Cody and Triple H upon the arrival of Cody Rhodes. Cody and Triple H managed to get Theory into that title match. Ironically, the Intercontinental title, Austin Theory can kind of thank Randy Orton for getting that far. Because if you look back all the way back to Super SmackDown, it was a fatal 5-way match to crown the number 1 contender to Kevin Owens' Intercontinental title. Braun Steiner was on the verge of winning that when Randy Orton, who was not in the match, attacked Steiner at the time. And that allowed Austin Theory to pick up the win that night. So I guess Randy Orton now is coming to collect the debt that he believes Austin Theory owes him for essentially handing him the Intercontinental title match that he would then go on to win the title from Owens in.
You just blew my mind.
You're welcome. Intercontinental Championship on the line. Sometimes we long-term story tell to the point where we don't even realize we're doing it.
Yep.
So, introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in tonight at 252 pounds. He is the Viper, Randy Orton. And introducing his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 228 pounds. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Austin Theory. Austin Theory now handing over the Intercontinental title to the referee. Orton looks back at the first championship he won upon coming to WWE 20 years ago now.
The bell goes up.
We already saw Orton's spiritual equal, John Cena, get a big win over a young star earlier tonight. Will Randy Orton do the same and defeat Austin Theory for the Intercontinental title? Oh my god!
Oh my god, is it going to be that quick?
RKO 2! Theory kicks out! This whole story has been about Randy getting one up on Theory over and over. Theory managed to kick out of the RKO, and Randy Orton saying, "You never learn." As Orton now sends Theory off the ropes, and Orton into the Fez press, firing away on Austin Theory. Randy Orton takes him down. It is all Orton at the moment. Theory back to his feet. Austin Theory grabs Randy Orton. German suplex.
Massive German there from... Oh!
Went for the choke, but Orton's foot was under the rope. And now Theory with a knee to the back of the head. Orton goes down. Austin Theory with another kick. Austin Theory going to the top rope. Austin Theory. Oh, elbow drop to Randy Orton. Theory now gets Orton back up to his feet. And Austin Theory, super kick to the knee. Austin Theory, here we go. Pops him up, drives him into the mat.
Into the cover. 1, 2.
And this time Orton gets the shoulders up. It's been a million miles a minute since the bell rang. Orton is down. Theory getting him back to his feet. And now Theory with the Viper. Oh, Orton with a knee to the face. Randy Orton's got him now, and Randy Orton jabs him in the face, knocking back Austin Theory. Austin Theory goes back, and now Orton catches him, sends him off the ropes. Randy Orton, power slam. Cover. 1, 2, no. Austin Theory kicks out Orton. Here we go, Randy Orton. Knee to the face. Now Orton kicks him. Going for those stomps. Those classic Orton stomps coming in. Randy Orton now stomps him in the head. Wait a minute. Where's Cody?
Oh my god. Cody, who we saw in interaction with Orton earlier tonight.
The referee not disqualifying anyone because Cody's not attacked anyone, but Cody's got a sledgehammer in hand. Wait a minute. We got to see a legacy reunion. Cody. Oh my god! Bashes the referee with a sledgehammer, and Orton firing back on Rhodes. Cody jabs Orton, and now Cody. Referee's down. Cody. Tiger Driver.
Tiger Driver from Cody. And Austin Theory saying, oh, kicks it.
As the referee's made it back to his feet, Theory Planting Orton, Cody takes the evidence and leaves. And Cody Rhodes has screwed Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes just cost Randy Orton the Intercontinental Championship.
Austin Theory retains the title with aid from his mentor, Cody Rhodes. Let's not forget, Orton made a comment at Cody just a few moments ago.
And Cody Rhodes clearly took that comment very personally. And Cody Rhodes screws Randy Orton. Nobody ever should screw the Viper.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you all showed up for.
Here it is. The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Championship. The glass has broken and the rattlesnake is here in Dallas. And Stone Cold looks better than ever. This guy's gotten himself in incredible shape for his first match back in over 20 years.
That he has, Ender, that he has. And now he faces down the cousin of his rival.
The whole story for the last 4 weeks has been Roman believes that Stone Cold has spent too long disrespecting the Anoa'i family, dishing out stunners to the Anoa'is for decades now. And Stone Cold told him on Monday, this has nothing to do with you and your family. This has to do with Stone Cold whooping your ass and taking back the WWE Championship all these years later to show that he's still got what it takes to do so. Stone Cold Steve Austin is here tonight, and the Texas Rattlesnake in his home state of Texas, here tonight in the stadium, ready to lay the smack down on Roman Reigns. He's dropped Reigns with a stunner almost every chance he's gotten these last 4 weeks. But now, let's bring on the Chief. Here comes Roman Reigns.
The WWE Champion. A man who, let's not forget what he's done since the start of this season. He ended last year on a loss to Seth Rollins. And it was something that almost set off a switch in his head.
Absolutely. Because from there, Roman Reigns has been on a path of destruction. With special counsel Paul Heyman in his corner tonight.
And now he has the WWE Championship. He has the biggest match in the Royal Rumble history, probably outside the Rumble itself. And if he can get through tonight, he is one step closer to what he's wanted in LS11 since the show has started, and that's the main event of WrestleMania.
Absolutely right, Ray. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman in his corner, making his way down to the ring. The Tribal Chief has gone through many names in the last few months to win and keep that championship that the special counsel now holds above his head. Reigns, of course, had that blockbuster match with the Ring General Walter back at Survivor Series. Last month at Cyber Sunday, he made it through Tommaso Ciampa in that street fight, albeit with the help of Triple H. But now tonight, it is one of the biggest matches in wrestling history. Roman Reigns and Stone Cold Steve Austin. We talked about faces of generations. This is the face of today versus the face of yesterday.
Or 2 days ago. Or 3 days ago.
Reigns and Austin, a dream match for many. This is going to be a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Roman Reigns, you know he's nervous going into this match. It's the biggest match probably of his whole career thus far.
Definitely. And it's against a man that has had his number on every turn in the last few weeks. Dropping Reigns with stunners week in and week out. Stone Cold Steve Austin has the Tribal Chiefs. He's in the Tribal Chief's head right now. And Roman is usually in the head of his opponents. It's usually the other way around. But now tonight, it's Austin in the head of Reigns.
And you know he's looking at his special counsel, Paul Heyman, who let's not forget, has a relationship going back with Stone Cold Steve Austin. even before ECW. They were together in WCW. He used to be one of Paul's guys in the Dangerous Alliance.
A very, very long time ago. But yes, Heyman and Austin know each other very well, so you gotta think Heyman has had to have talked Reigns through this matchup tonight. Has had to have given him some kind of advice about how to deal with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Reigns and Austin, as I said, a dream match, a clash of generations. Roman looking to cling to the WWE title with everything and anything he can. This is a huge matchup for the WWE World Championship, one that everyone has been looking forward to since the day it was announced. Introducing the champion from Dallas, Texas. Weighing in tonight at 248 pounds, the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And introducing his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in tonight at 271 pounds, the WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. Reigns and Austin. As I said earlier, a dream match is upon us. A fight is ahead. Spear versus Stunner. Who's going to take this one? Who walks out tonight with the title? Will Stone Cold set a record for the longest break between world title runs and be the one to dethrone the Tribal Chief? Here we go! Austin with a right hook. Austin firing away on Reigns. And now Roman grabs on and Roman scoops him up. Roman Reigns with Stone Cold into the corner and across the ring. Roman now turning him over and Roman Reigns. Austin, elbow to the ribs of Roman. Stone Cold now. Reigns grabs onto him. Reigns with Austin over the top rope. Roman Reigns went for a right hook. Austin countered. Stone Cold gets back into the ring now. And now Reigns with Austin up on his shoulders. Roman Reigns pops him up. Big forearm strike.
Stone Cold stumbles to the ground there. Now Roman, hits him off. And Austin rolling out of the way, at least trying to. Roman catches him and throws him into the ropes. Against the ropes, here we go. Stun gun! A move Steve Austin innovated.
Now Austin with a shoulder block to Reigns. This is a clash of titans tonight is what's happening here. Stone Cold looking to show the world that he's still got it. Hits a knee strike on Reigns and knocks him down. Reigns with a clothesline. And Austin goes down. Reigns says we're done. He grabs Stone Cold. Austin with an elbow strike. And now Stone Cold grabs Reigns into a bulldog. Stone Cold's got him down. Roman Reigns in some trouble here is Austin. Double axe handle. Reigns goes down. Reigns gets caught with an elbow drop. And now Stone Cold kicks him again. Reigns back to his feet. Austin gets caught with a right hook. Reigns grabs onto him and Reigns with Austin. Punches him in the back of the head. Reigns now grabs Austin, slamming him. Oh, that surgically repaired neck being slammed into the mat repeatedly. Cover. 1. No. And now Reigns with a kick. Austin is down. Roman Reigns kicks him in the arm. Reigns now gets Austin back to his feet and Roman Reigns takes him down. Coming off the ropes. Kick him in the head.
Reigns really starting to feel like, going for the Superman punch. Austin deflects. Austin now throws him down. Whipping him across the ring there is Roman Reigns. Now Roman stomping on the hand of Austin, looking to cause damage.
Reigns taking out the hand of Stone Cold. And now Roman Reigns repeatedly going to slam the head of Stone Cold into the mat and taking him down. Reigns now grabs Austin and Roman Reigns with Stone Cold, dragging him away from the ropes into a cover. Reigns, 1, 2, no, Austin kicks out. And now Stone Cold is down. Roman Reigns gets caught with a right hook from Austin. Austin with a jab. Austin, left hook. And then now a right. Austin lands some shots in on Reigns, chops him. And now Austin takes him down with another kick. Austin now gets Roman back to his feet. There's a punch. Stone Cold Grabs Roman Reigns and Austin with Reigns off the ropes. Oh, they collide. Reigns grabs Austin and Roman Reigns with a suplex to the Texas Rattlesnake, takes him down. Reigns lets out a roar as Austin gets back to his feet. Austin runs into Reigns. They collide again. Austin, clothesline. And now Austin's got him down. Austin gets Roman back to his feet. And Austin, here we go, the Thesz press.
Raining down shots on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is reeling. Austin's
got him down, stone cold. Could be on the verge of winning the WWE title. Austin.
Oh, another strike there. Roman hits him out of the way. Roman gets him in the fireman's carry position. Oh, spins around into a massive punch into the cover. One kick out there from Austin.
Austin gets the shoulders up now, and Reigns acting like he's already won it. Reigns now, look out. Austin staggering back to his feet. Reigns grabs hold of him again, and Reigns throws him with ease. Austin is down again. Reigns with another kick. Austin grabs the leg, and Austin sweeps the leg of Reigns. Stone Cold with another kick and went for another one. Reigns back to his feet. Reigns sweeps the leg of Austin. Reigns now getting Austin back up to his feet, and Roman Reigns with Stone Cold takes him down. Reigns coming up the ropes.
Oh,
Austin out of the way.
This is the big boot. Austin, stunner! He nails the stunner into the cover, Xander. 1, 2, nearly had him.
Referee calls the rope break. He saw Reigns' hand. Austin was a second away from winning the WWE title. Reigns now gets him back up to his feet, and Reigns into the guillotine.
Reigns grabs the guillotine. He's putting all his weight on it.
Are we about to see a rare sight? Are we about to see the unthinkable? Is Stone Cold Steve Austin about to tap out?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Following his powers back to his feet, shoves Reigns away. Reigns with a neck breaker. Reigns getting Austin back up to his feet, and Roman Reigns Superman punch. Cover. 1, 2, Austin kicks out again. And now Reigns grabs him, deadlifts him for a sit-out power bomb. Reigns standing tall again.
Owen posturing to them. And now Austin. Austin's trying to regroup, and Roman's setting up for something big here.
And Austin says, bring it on. As a stare down now. Austin immediately gets caught into a guillotine. Roman suckered him in. Now Stone Cold shoves him back again. Austin gets caught with a jab. Punches Reigns in the gut. And now Austin, another stunner.
Another stunner connects.
1, 2,
No!
So close again. Austin so close again to defeating Reigns. Reigns gets back to his feet, punches him in the gut. And now Reigns with Austin up on his shoulders, and Reigns pops him up for another punch. Reigns has him down. And now Reigns gonna slam the head into the mat again. Austin goes down. Roman Reigns into another cover. That's a rope break though for Steve Austin. Reigns is getting inside of his own head now. He's so focused with beating Austin, he's making rookie errors, something he doesn't normally do. Reigns gets him back up to his feet now, and Reigns with Austin picks him up, and Reigns pops him up. Big forearm strike. Punches him right in the mouth. Covered by Reigns. 1, 2. Austin kicks out again.
Reigns picking him up. Going to deadlift him into another sit-out power bomb. Roman Reigns truly trying to just break Steve Austin here. Austin fights out. And Austin going out to teach Reigns a lesson. Here we go. Fists flying from Austin.
Stone Cold unloading on Reigns. Austin sends him off the ropes. Back body drop to the Tribal Chief. Reigns goes down as Austin, taking him down. Roman Reigns is down. Stone Cold. Elbow strike to the head. Austin now grabs Reigns. Austin throws Reigns in the corner. Stone Cold with a kick. And now Austin looking to stomp a mud hole in Roman Reigns.
Reigns trying to get out from under the bottom rope and Austin saying no.
Austin saying a few other things with his hands there, that's for sure. As now Reigns gets back to his feet, right hook, grabs Austin. Roman with Stone Cold into the corner, grabs onto him. And now Reigns gonna send him across the ring again. Reigns, Superman punch! Ducks him, hits the ropes, spear! Reigns with a spear!
Into the cover.
1, 2, Austin! Powered out, not many people kick out of a Roman Reigns spear. Austin powers back up to his feet though, now Austin. Oh, another spear! Cover again by Reigns.
1, 2, no!
Stone Cold! Kicked out again! Reigns gets him back up and turns him around. Roman Reigns.
We're gonna back body drop. Oh, but Steve rolls with his own weight and lands right on top of Reigns. Reigns now unloading is Austin. Austin has Roman backing up. Roman's dazed. Roman's confused. Stunner!
That's it! A third stunner! Austin!
And
Desperate!
Austin should have gone for the cover.
I think Austin is too concerned with whooping Roman Reigns' ass. He gets him back to his feet. Punches him in the head. Now in the back. And again. And again. And again.
Heyman is shouting at the top of his lungs.
Here we go. Went for another stunner. Reigns countered. And now Reigns grabs Stone Cold. Sends him in the corner again. Runs into him. Austin goes down. Reigns kicking him. Reigns now stomping the mud hole. Austin is down. Roman Reigns has the Texas Rattlesnake down. Goes in a ground and pound. Reigns taking him down.
And again, he's beating the holy hell out of him.
Reigns has Austin down. Roman Reigns has Steve Austin down and out. Reigns again firing away. Austin going down again. And now Reigns grabs Austin back to his feet. Roman Reigns. Clothesline. Stone Cold got a little too full of himself. Austin takes down Reigns. And now Austin gets Roman back to his feet. Wait a minute. Stunner!
It's gotta be over, Xander.
And now Austin gonna make sure he doesn't make the same mistake twice. Pulls Roman away from the ropes. Into a cover. That is the fourth stunner.
It can happen. 20 years later, here we go!
Roman kicked out. Reigns is taken down by Austin. And again. Reigns powers back to his feet. Clothesline. Roman Reigns now gets Austin back to his feet. Reigns with Stone Cold into the corner. Reigns, Superman punch. Into spear. And Heyman is jumping for joy. Heyman sees his meal ticket getting the win with another spear to Austin. But Reigns now looks Austin dead in his glazed over eyes and says, I win. Reigns with a third spear in a row.
Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Roman Reigns beats Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ray, there were so many times tonight where I thought Stone Cold was about to shock the world.
There's so many times that I thought it would happen to Xander. When that fourth stunner connected, this entire building thought for a brief second that Austin was going to be champion again. But Roman Reigns retains the WWE Championship for one more night.
That is a big win for Roman Reigns. Arguably the biggest win we will ever see in Reigns' career. Roman Reigns now turns his attention to who's next. Because, ladies and gentlemen, up next is the Royal Rumble. And look who drew number one tonight. one of the odds-on favorites to win the whole thing.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
AJ Styles has drawn number 1. He is one of the top 3 favorites to win the whole thing amongst the LS11 Universe. But he's got a long way to go. He's got to do what no one in the LS11 Universe has ever done before. Make it from number 1 to the very end.
A tall order, but one thing that's important to remember, Xander, is just because hasn't doesn't mean can't.
You're absolutely right. And if anyone could do it, it's the phenomenal one. AJ Styles in one of the most star-studded rumbles in LS11 Universe history.
This man's one of the most resilient stars I've ever seen, Xander. You know, you've seen the journey he's been on. You saw what he went through at NXT, what he's been through since coming back here. Styles says he's been ignored as a top contender on Monday Night Raw ever since NXT ended.
And he very well has, Ray. But now look who's drawn number 2. The other favorite to win the full thing. I will make a small disclaimer. It's going to seem the arena changes for the Rumble a few times between entrances and in-game stuff. I used the wrong arena for parts of it. Anyways, the Ring General, the former NXT and United Kingdom champion, Walter, makes his way to the ring.
Styles and Walter, Xander, as you know each other very, very well.
Absolutely. It was almost a year ago now that AJ Styles dethroned Walter as the NXT champion. In LS11 Universe, Walter would go on to come to Monday Night Raw, and Styles would follow him not much later than that into Season 3. And now tonight, these longtime rivals meeting for the first time since their NXT title rematch on the NXT before WrestleMania. This is the first time we are seeing these two face-to-face since then. It has been over a year, or almost a year, since these two last clashed, and they are starting the Rumbles. The Rumble, number 1 and number 2.
You have to think this makes the SmackDown locker room awfully happy to have 2 Raw guys starting.
The 2 heavy favorites to win it, starting it. Not even just Raw versus SmackDown. When it comes to the Masters of the Universe poll, Walter ran away with predictions. A landslide. Almost every player put their big point pick on this man to win the whole thing. And if anyone could go from number 1 or number 2 to the end, it's these 2 guys. So without any further ado, here we go. Styles with an enziguri out of the gate. Styles, he knows just how friggin' dangerous Walter is. Walter with a headbutt. Into a dragon sleeper now goes the Ring General.
You have to think Walter is moving quick too, because let's not remember, Walter has beaten AJ Styles. He's never beat him clean. Ever.
Absolutely. Now he's lighting up AJ Styles, who rolls through. And now Styles ducks him. Pele kick from AJ.
And if you don't think that bothers Walter, I have something I don't.
AJ Styles firing away on Walter, knocks him back. Walter grabs Styles. Exploder into the corner. Number 3 is about to join us next. He's now Walter with an elbow to Styles' head. And then at number 3 is Dominik Dijakovic. He's going to look to make the whole Rumble feast their eyes on him tonight. Styles starts off with a right hand to him, but now Dijakovic, look at the size of this guy. Dropping Styles. And now Dijakovic sees Walter, and Dijakovic punches Styles. He and Walter taking turns beating up AJ Styles now. Oh, AJ could be going early. Oh, a double punch. Oh, but now the monsters meet as Dijakovic firing away. Dijakovic grabs Walter, gets him up, and... oh my god, look at the strength here of Dominik. Holding him up, and... suplex takes him down. Styles grabs onto him, look at Styles here, firing away, back fist. Clothesline. Number 4 is about to join us in a moment's time. As Styles goes to the top rope, elbow across the back of the ring general. And in at number 4, it's the Hardcore Champion, Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes picks up Styles. Styles rolls out of it.
Styles and Grimes going at one another. Valter with a knee into the face of Dijakovic. And now big clothesline. Good lord. Valter just turned Dijakovic inside out with that one. Northern Lights from Styles. Valter with Dijakovic. Puts him in the ropes, and Valter. There's the first elimination of the night. And Styles follows it up with the second. And we're right back where we started. What a clothesline from Valter.
Stomping on the arm. AJ Styles.
And there's the lightning strong chop from the former NXT champion. Styles counters into a jawbreaker. And now Styles into a calf crusher on Valter. Calf crusher. Same move he used to beat Valter in their last matchup is number 5. The United States champion, Dolph Ziggler, joins the mix.
And you know Styles is looking at him like, oh, hello.
You again. Styles and Ziggler, friendly competition is the best way to describe these two. They went out for the NXT title at the beginning of this season. They fought over the US title. They've backed one another up. It's been a very busy season for these two as friends and enemies. German suplex from Valter. Now he kicks Ziggler. You gotta think, if anyone can eliminate Ziggler, you're gonna eliminate a sitting champion. That's gonna give you some big momentum. Good lord! The German suplex from the ring general. Now he gets Styles back to his feet, and Valter with AJ Styles gets him up. Suplex.
And here comes Ziggler. Ziggler hitting him off. Ooh! Oh, a massive knee!
What a knee strike there from the show off as Styles kicks him into the ropes, and number 6 is about to be joining us. And it is Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, out next.
Like you said, Xander, tonight's a star-studded Royal Rumble.
Absolutely. We've already seen a sitting champion come in and go with Cameron Grimes, the hardcore champion. And now Owens grabs the U.S. champion. I believe Kevin Owens is actually our first SmackDown representative in this whole Rumble. It's been all Raw so far.
And you know Kevin Owens is looking towards Seth Rollins. Oh, going for that big stomp. Ziggler gets out of the way.
Of course, Kevin Owens has been an ally to the world champion for quite a while here in LS11 Universe. And Ziggler now thrown across the ring in the corner. Styles with a clothesline. Throws down the U.S. champion. And now Styles.
But if you don't think Owens... Oh, Styles going for that phenomenal combination. But if you don't think Owens thinks about the World Championship a lot, I have another thing to say to you.
That world title, the last thing Owens needs to become only the second man to call himself a Grand Slam champ. As Ziggler, neckbreaker to Styles. Number 8 about to join us. Who's it gonna be? Oh, man.
Well, here comes the pain.
The odds of this Rumble just shifted, and oh my god, look who Lesnar just went right after. A huge German to the ring general. Lesnar and Valter squaring off. And Valter, DDT to Lesnar.
And Lesnar is stunned. Lesnar is staggered.
Valter now grabs Lesnar. Grabs him by the ponytail and puts him in the ropes. Valter. Oh my god.
Brock Lesnar is out.
Valter just eliminated Lesnar in a matter of seconds. Lesnar can't believe it as Kevin Owens. Whoa, nearly got Ziggler out of there. Styles going after the leg of Valter again in the calf crusher.
Look at all the security coming out here to make Lesnar go in the back.
Lesnar cannot believe it. And you know he and Eric Bischoff in the back are going to have to talk about that one as Ziggler with a takedown to Owens. Number 9 out next, or number 8. The third favorite among the LS11 Universe to win the whole thing. It's Bobby Lashley.
So, who are the top 3 favorites?
The top 3 favorites among the fans from the Masters of the Universe poll, going from 3 to 1, are Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Valter. And they're all 3 in the ring together right now. Brock Lesnar was a close fourth, and I believe, I honestly didn't count to see, I believe John Cena was fifth.
I would not count on Cena winning right now. I would say it's probably that bad.
After that matchup with Steiner, who knows? I think Cena's going to have to pray for an late
And
entrance.
Ziggler is gone!
Kevin Owens with a big elimination there to Dolph Ziggler. But yeah, like you said, Cena, Steiner, Orton, in theory, they're going to have to pray that they got late entries into this thing after their matches earlier. And now number 9 is about to join us in this one. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's someone that's got a lot of issues with Bobby Lashley. The former Hurt Business member, Big E, enters his first LS11 Royal Rumble.
Big E going after Owens, surprisingly.
Well, he sees Lashley's a little busy. Big E. Oh, but now Lashley's getting in his way. Now the former Hurt Business member's coming face to face. And Big E going after Bobby Lashley and clobbering him. AJ with a chop block to Walter. And look at this, Big E powering Lashley up for a back body drop. Big E, a former power lifter, going after his former teammate. And now AJ Styles going after Kevin Owens. Big E could be on the verge of eliminating Bobby Lashley, or Lashley hangs on. Owens is in trouble. AJ Styles has him on the top rope. Big E carrying Bobby Lashley around the ring. We're about to be a third of the way through the Royal Rumble. Who's going to be number 10?
Here we go.
Pele kick from Styles. It's one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, the glorious Robert Roode, who was given entry into this matchup due to being the longest reigning WWE Champion and being champion for the entire first half of this season. Kevin Owens taps out in an attempt to make AJ let go of him. Styles and Roode meeting face to face now. A matchup many thought would be a WWE title match one day. There's a suplex to AJ Styles. Big E throws Bobby Lashley on the corner, kicks him in the ribs. Robert Roode firing away on AJ Styles. Just look at the stars in this ring right now.
And we said Xander, a star-studded Royal Rumble.
Absolutely, as Big E now grabs Lashley, and Big E spine buster. Styles clash to Roode. And now AJ gets Robert Roode back up, firing away on him. Number 11 about to join us. Number 11, historically one of my favorite numbers to enter a Rumble. Although last year it was Jinder. We saw how that went for me. Who's it going to be?
Sorry about your damn luck.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh!
The forbidden door just swung wide open. Impact Wrestling's Cowboy James Storm is here. And look who he's staring a hole through as Kevin Owens gets eliminated. Storm goes right after the man who betrayed him almost 2 years ago.
Storm saving AJ Styles from Robert Roode.
As Lashley throws Big E out. Big E and Kevin Owens both eliminated as Beer Money Inc. implodes before our eyes.
Power Slam Styles coming down with the knee on Walter.
Of course, Styles and Beer Money have some history together as well.
Styles holding on.
Styles hanging on for dear life as, Bobby Lashley power slams Walter. Look at that big hoss fight going on in the corner up there. And now Styles and Storm agreeing to work together. Going after Robert Roode together. Roode thrown over the top by Storm. And now James Storm with a right hook. Tanks out Robert Roode. Redemption at last for James Storm. As here comes the Intercontinental Champion. Here comes Austin Theory to the ring.
Austin Theory, you have to remember he had a match with Randy Orton not too long ago. Not quite a straining match, I would say.
Not quite, as AJ Styles throws Bobby Lashley over the top.
Definitely not compared to Cena and Steiner.
Absolutely not. Just look at the big men going out of there. A chop from Walter to Lashley. German suplex. Styles knocks back the Intercontinental Champ. And now Styles gets caught. Austin Theory with a back body drop.
Lashley has Storm. Let's not forget Lashley and Storm are part TNA at the same time too, and Storm is gone.
Storm is gone. And now Walter with Lashley into the corner. And now the ring general. No Lashley counters. And here's just your friendly reminder, we're 5 weeks from today will be Impact Slammiversary. Seeing James Storm made me think about that as Walter powerbomb to Lashley. And out next is Ilya Draganov. The final North American champion enters the Rumble next.
And Styles looking at him, but more importantly, Walter is.
Walter and Dragunov picking up right where they left off this time last year at TakeOver Portland.
A brutal main event that was, Xander, and one that's hard to forget.
As Walter takes him down. And now, full body Lashley eliminates the Intercontinental Champion. Austin Theory, a short exit for him. Walter with Dragunov. Walter knows how dangerous Dragunov is, and he says, get the hell out of here. And look where we're back where we started. Walter and Styles again at the roughly the halfway point of the Rumble. The first two men are still in.
Just shows how badly both men want it.
Well, Styles dodges the boot. Walter with Styles as number 14 is about to enter. Notice Walter, like I said, he made sure to get Dragunov out of there as quick as possible. And Austin Theory was gone a bit too soon because here comes Randy Orton.
Randy Orton coming down here as one pissed off man.
That is an angry Viper right there. As he fights Walter back, knocks him back with a right hook.
He's so angry, Steve Irwin wouldn't even fuck with him right now.
I doubt it. And now Orton gets Walter back to his feet, and Orton grabs the ring general. Orton stun gun. AJ Styles trying to pull himself back to his feet as Orton grabs onto the ring general, who hits him with a knee strike. Randy Orton, a kick from Styles, takes down Orton. And now Walter and Styles almost working together here against Randy Orton. That didn't last long. Styles grabs onto him, and AJ Styles trying to knock him back. Pele kick again connects. Orton grabs him though. Now Randy Orton and AJ Styles going out of this. Styles, another Pele kick.
Let's not forget, whoever comes out right now, number 15, the official halfway point Rumble is going to be dealing with.
Dealing with a lot. Here comes the breaker, Braun Steiner.
No, let's say they were going to have an advantage because Orton, Styles, and Walter either had a match or been in there, and then Braun Steiner was it.
Yeah, Braun Steiner definitely still feeling the effects of his match with John Cena about an hour ago.
So whoever comes out number 16.
Unless it's John Cena. We don't know.
I mean, he is the 16-time world champion, so.
He is, yeah. And Styles with a chop block to Steiner. And now, Walter double underhook. Back body drop to Randy Orton. Of course, Steiner and Orton have some history dating back to their encounter on SmackDown a few months ago, where Steiner scored the biggest win of his career thus far. Back body drop to the Viper. Number 16 about to come out, and now you're right, Ray. They're probably going to have a big advantage so long as they're not named John Cena. And Styles ducks the chop. Holy shit. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh!
Kevin Nash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble is starting to run on diesel power.
Kevin Nash, the former world champion, is here in the main event. And he's looking to run it like a mafia. As now, AJ Styles and Kevin Nash, that's some history there. Styles gets up. Styles attacks the quad. Nash is grasping at the quad. Oh God, he might have just torn a quad, Ray.
His quad may have just exploded out of Xander.
And Styles gets him out of there as quick as he can.
How did he tear 3 quads? How do you do this, Kevin?
Kevin Nash able to leave under his own power, so that's good. That's good at least.
That's good. Able to leave under his own power. He's been known to leave under his own power before.
Oh, wait a minute, Randy Orton. Ooh, wait for the punt. AJ Styles out of the way. Sometimes we like to have fun in the Rumbles, if you weren't aware. Styles with a knee strike to Orton. Styles now rolls Orton through his Bron Steiner into the big German suplex. Orton is down. Styles wrenching that calf crusher in.
This has been one of Styles' favorite things to do in the Rumble.
Oh, and here comes a man who could be considered another big-time favorite. A guy with a lot of history with both world champions. The original bro, Matt Riddle, is here.
Matt Riddle is like a puzzling question, which I don't know the answer to, and has some form of wordplay involved.
Oh, and now Orton gets kicked in the ropes by Styles. Styles takes him down, but now Riddle and Styles, I believe this is the first time we're ever seeing them go at it. Riddle with a gut wrench, suplex. Look at this, easily floats over. Riddle
Takes him up.
with another. Riddle does have some history with Walter. He goes after Randy Orton, who in LS11 Universe he has absolutely no history with. Eliminates the Viper.
Well, he might now.
He might now. They are on different shows, so high-low suplex to Steiner. As Walter and Styles once again focused on one another. Randy Orton kind of staggering towards the back. We're about to be joined by number 18 in this matchup. We are moving right along in the Men's Rumble tonight. Oh, here we go, Ray. The Cruiserweight Champion is here.
The final NXT champion is here.
Styles clash to Steiner. And Styles and Dunn meet face to face for the first time since the end. Riddle gets right in the way. Riddle with a power slam. And Dunn instead going to the man who took the NXT title from him the first time around. Dunn and Walter going at it for the first time since TakeOver 10. Walter and Dunn meeting. And now Riddle going after Styles. Matt Riddle grabs onto AJ Styles, and Matt Riddle looking to eliminate the phenomenal one. AJ Styles in some trouble here. Styles fighting free. Styles knocking back Riddle. And now AJ Styles and Riddle going out of Steiner, pumping himself back up here. Riddle. No! Eliminated by Walter. Number 19 about to join us. Who's it gonna be? Shinsuke Nakamura out next.
And Styles and Nakamura looking at each other.
New Japan history there between them as Steiner and Nakamura meeting. Steiner gets up on the shoulders, chop block to Nakamura. This is definitely the most star-studded Rumble we've ever seen in the LS11 Universe.
And ladies and gentlemen, upon our next entry, we're going to be 2/3 of the way through. And Styles and Walter, number 1 and 2, are going to still be in this match.
Absolutely right. As Styles trying to eliminate his old rival. Forearm to the face. Pete Dunne's been eliminated. And now Walter grabbing Braun Steiner. No way. Dumps him out. We're down to 3 in the match again. As Walter going after Nakamura. They've had some run-ins on Raw these last few weeks. And Walter now gets the King of Strong Style for a suplex. Number 20 about to join us in 6 seconds. And Styles. Who's it going to be? Oh, for God's sake. It's the Hurricane. Hurricane Helms, a former LS11 hardcore champion, is here.
The bat signal has gone up, Xander.
Hurricane on his way down to the ring. Styles, welcome to the Rumble, Hurricane. Styles clash. And now Walter eliminates Nakamura. And Styles eliminates the Hurricane. We're right back where we started. 2/3 of the way through the Rumble now. Oh my God, Styles clash!
The Styles clash connects. Walter is stunned. Walter is shocked.
Walter is down. AJ Styles throws him over the top. Walter stumbling. Styles runs in. AJ Styles cleans house. Number 21 is about to be among us. Who's it gonna be? Who can stand up to AJ Styles? Yes! The Royal Rumble has just become very nice and very evil. Danhausen's here.
We almost got Hurricane facing off with his arch nemesis.
So close. So close. But so far. Wait for WrestleMania. Danhausen making his way to the ring now. The former
And the pay-per-view is comic themed.
Danhausen makes his way to the ring. The very nice, very evil Danhausen is here. But you gotta think, Ray, we could be on the verge of a Maven Undertaker situation. AJ Styles is so tired. Danhausen might stand a chance.
Maven Undertaker situation. It'd be worse than Maven Undertaker situation.
If Danhausen eliminates AJ Styles.
Yes.
Styles taking down Danhausen here.
It'd be like Hornswoggle eliminating Bruno.
There's a chop block. Styles takes down Danhausen. Styles knows Danhausen had to have knee surgery a while back for a broken leg. And now Danhausen back to his feet. Danhausen going for a suplex. He's got him up. He's got him down. Number 22 is about to join us. Danhausen has made it this far. Who's it gonna be? Oh boy. And AJ Styles says, bring it.
He says, let's go. Let's go, Johnny boy.
Now John Fireway. Well, you called the Hurricane and Danhausen arch nemesis. Danhausen, very nice, very evil. John Cena is the real superhero. Many have called John Cena Superman. We might be about to get the battle of good versus evil. Cena and Danhausen.
Oh my god.
John Cena gets Danhausen.
Both very nice. One very evil.
And Cena eliminates Danhausen. And Styles just grabs Cena. Styles clash to Cena. And Danhausen gonna put a curse on this Rumble now. Cena getting picked back up to his feet. Styles grabs onto him. Gets him up. Styles. Oh my god.
Inverted.
Burning hammer.
And a spiral tap.
Almost summoning the next entrant with that high-flying move as here comes the one and only Ricochet into the mix now.
Again, more superhero wrestlers.
And none of them interacting.
You're evil.
Yeah, I didn't have control over this part. And now, Ricochet picks up AJ Styles. Cena firing away on AJ. Ricochet, springboard, and elbows the knee of Styles. Didn't get as much of him as he wanted on that one, but he still took out the knee for a moment. And now Cena grabs onto AJ. John Cena puts AJ Styles in the ropes. Cena turns his attention to Ricochet now. AJ Styles has been in here for over half an hour now. Cena spins out Ricochet. And now AJ Styles going under John Cena, who counters. And there's a crossbody. AJ Styles at this point has set the record for longest time in a Royal Rumble in the LS11 Universe.
And he has Xander, and we still have 7 more?
Well, 6 more now as here comes the first Royal Rumble winner, Finn Balor, to the
A
ring.
man who has to be a favorite to win this year.
Absolutely. He didn't have the greatest showing last year, yet a shockingly quick eliminated last year. And now Balor and Styles going at it. This is the first time we're ever seeing these two together in the LS11 Universe. DDT from Balor. Styles is down. Cena firing away on Ricochet. Ricochet with a knee and elbow to the knee. And now the ring's starting to fill back up after the Styles sweep that we saw earlier where he cleaned the entire ring out. AJ Styles, I've lost track how many eliminations he's gotten tonight, but he's probably pushing towards the record. As Cena planting AJ Styles into the mat. Ricochet has Finn Balor. These two have a lot of history this season. Of course, it was Ricochet who lost the Intercontinental title to Finn Balor back at SummerSlam. Number 27, number 25 about to be joining us. Who's it going to be?
Well, I guess we'll see. Oh! He floats out. Oh, a chop block!
Oh! He's back!
The Rated R Superstar
We've not seen Edge since Survivor Series when he was taken out by Damian Priest. And look at the look on Edge's face. He looks down the camera and he says, "Let's go." Could Edge win the whole thing tonight? He's got a real good number to do it from.
He's fresh, and like a lot of the guys in there right now.
He rushes the ring around Styles. Attitude adjustment to Cena. Into a spiral tap as Ricochet grabs Edge, and Ricochet dropping Edge. And now AJ and Finn going back at it. Ricochet gets Edge back up to his feet. Edge ducks him. And now the Radar Superstar gets Ricochet up and drops him. And now Enziguri from AJ to Finn.
AJ, a chop block cuts AJ off by John Cena. And the thing for Ricochet on Edge. And now, making him up for the electric chair. Hits it.
Well, we talked about the beginning of this Rumble being all Raw. This ring is now all SmackDown, and AJ Styles from Raw. As now Balor grabs Edge, and Finn Balor throws Edge into the corner. Cena grabs Ricochet and takes him down as Finn Balor and AJ Styles going out at number 26 about to join us. Well, we saw Edge, and now here comes the man that took Edge out, and Damian Priest as Cena with a 5-knuckle shuffle attempt to Ricochet, but missed him. AJ misses the spiral tap as this ring is getting packed with only 4 men left to enter the Royal Rumble.
And Styles has Ricochet. Styles clash!
As Priest hits a razor's edge on Cena. And now AJ might go for the ride. AJ's up for a razor's edge. Edge and Priest finally meeting now. Priest going after the head of Edge. Going after the neck of Edge repeatedly. Priest thought he'd taken out Edge for good at Survivor Series. Priest dropping him. And now Damian Priest being knocked back. Ricochet just put Cena on the rope. Cena counter. And now John Cena with a kick. DDT. Number 27, the luckiest number in the Rumble's next. Who's got that fortune to be the luckiest number?
Who's got it?
It is Chad Gable.
An underdog pick, but he's entering so late and he has such a lucky number, it's a maybe.
He had a great showing in the world title match last month. He's a former cruiserweight champion. He and Ricochet now going at it. Ricochet with an elbow strike. Priest taken down by Balor. Now Edge and Balor meeting. Edge grabs onto Finn Balor. This ring is packed right now. Edge with a glam slam to Balor, shouting out to his wife Beth Phoenix with that one. And now Priest grabs Styles. Chad Gable going after Edge and takes him down. Cena and Styles meeting again. This matchup is the first time Cena and Styles have ever met in the LS11 Universe. Let that sink in for a moment. As now Damian Priest boots Ricochet out. That's the first elimination we've seen in a little while. Number 28 about to join us. We're in the final 3 entries. Who's it going to be?
AJ Styles. As Styles, you beat down. Oh my God, Xander!
Oh, a heavy favorite for sure. Drew McIntyre.
As I was saying, Cena beating down Styles. Edge attacking Gable. Gable's out!
Now Edge getting himself back in the ring. He slipped through the ropes for a moment. Cena and Balor going at it. Edge gets thrown over by AJ. AJ Styles trying to eliminate Edge. And McIntyre takes down Priest. Drew looking to redeem the Triple H regime a little tonight after Cody's loss to Rollins. Drew McIntyre could look to secure yet another world title match against Seth Rollins for WrestleMania this time. As now Styles grabs Priest and AJ Styles with Damian Priest over the top. Styles sends Priest to the floor, and you think Edge might be wishing, wish I could have done that.
And now, slamming him down is Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles. Drew McIntyre wants to eliminate Styles so badly. Oh my God, Balor's out.
Edge with a huge elimination to Balor. The ring empties out. Number 29. There's only one man left after this. Who's got this very fortunate number? The second to last entry is gonna be Sami Zayn. Looking to quell the conspiracies after he was cost the Intercontinental title yesterday. Now he looks to try and win the whole thing. And that means that once again, much like the Women's Rumble, number 30 is going to be an unannounced competitor. We have no clue who it could be this year. This is the first time in the LS11 Universe history that the Men's Rumble ends with a name that was not announced for the Rumble.
Very unprecedented, Xander, as Canadians fight Canadians.
And now McIntyre takes down Styles. Styles has been in here now for pushing 40 minutes. Cena knocks back Edge. This is a blast from the past, seeing these two go at it.
And Xander, it's important to note, just because we're about to have our final entrant, doesn't mean this match is anywhere near over.
Not at all, as McIntyre puts Styles in the corner. Styles fights back. Styles with a drop kick. Now McIntyre grabs him by the hair. McIntyre, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Number 30 on his way.
What? What?
Oh my God!
When in Dallas, a hometown legend.
The Lone Star State just exploded.
HBK is in the house. Shawn Michaels is number 30. Never in a million years did I think I'd be calling a Shawn Michaels match in the LS11 Universe.
And almost everyone in the ring looks starstruck.
Only two men in this matchup have ever stepped foot in the ring with HBK before, that being Cena and Edge. And now AJ Styles tries to eliminate Edge, who hangs on. And HBK, oh, he couldn't power McIntyre up for long. There's got to be that age and ring rust for Michaels, though he's not wrestled since he retired against Undertaker. He's never wrestled since then as Edge gets eliminated.
Yes, he's never wrestled. Ever.
Not since then.
Not since then.
Nothing has happened since then. As Cena and Michaels, a former WrestleMania...
I don't know why we're making a whole thing about this. It hasn't happened. You need to be quiet.
As now Styles clash to Zayn. And now Styles gets Sami Zayn up. Cena, attitude adjustment to McIntyre. There goes Sami Zayn. We're down to 4.
The final 4.
Any of these men could win it. Shawn Michaels, a huge comeback story. AJ Styles, the Ultimate Iron Man. John Cena, destined for one last title run. And Drew McIntyre could just power through all of it and fight his old rival again as Michaels with a springboard.
Drew McIntyre can finally prove McMahon and Triple H right. He is the chosen one.
Michaels and AJ launch at one another. Now Shawn going after Cena. HBK. Oh, a headbutt from McIntyre. HBK grabs McIntyre. Sonic Russian leg sweep takes him down. Shawn Michaels, the only man standing now. And now Shawn gets Cena back to his feet. HBK with Cena into the corner. Michaels grabs Cena as AJ puts McIntyre in the corner. And now Shawn Michaels trying to help. Rushes over. McIntyre fights free from both men. Styles now gets punched in the back. HBK with a drop kick. What a drop kick there. Shawn Michaels showing that he might just still have it. As AJ with a Styles clutch McIntyre. HBK. Drop kick. HBK eliminates Cena. We're down to 3.
We are down to 3, ladies and gentlemen. Styles, Michaels, and McIntyre.
The Phenomenal, the Scottish Warrior, and the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, and Drew McIntyre. Shawn turns his attention to AJ and Drew. Shawn Michaels soaking in this crowd for a moment. Right hand, he hits AJ. Claymore! Michaels drops the elbow. It could be all she wrote for Styles now. But now Michaels turns his attention to McIntyre, who immediately fights out.
The back of Shawn just giving out on him. And wait.
Oh, Michaels.
Wait. Chop block there from Michaels.
And now Styles grabs Michaels. Styles with a right hook sends HBK down. And Michaels is down. HBK. No, dodges the Pele kick. McIntyre pops up. Spine buster. HBK is down. He's pulling himself back up as Styles gets McIntyre up. Styles takes down McIntyre with a stun gun. Shawn with a crossbody. And now Shawn Michaels rushes into the corner. He's feeling it, Ray. He's tuning up the band. How about a little sweet chin music? And now he jabs McIntyre. He's going under McIntyre. He pulls him in. He gets him up. Swinging neck breaker. Oh, but McIntyre with a kip up. Claymore.
Oh my God. If McIntyre can eliminate Michaels.
HBK's gone.
And the final two are in the Rumble.
McIntyre now. It's a done deal. McIntyre's going to Mania.
McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen, is about to be going to WrestleMania.
What a great moment for Shawn Michaels to make a cameo tonight. But in the end, Drew McIntyre goes into the corner, and McIntyre saying, I want it all. Launches himself but undershoots.
Styles
was soaking it in. That might have cost him. McIntyre throws him down. And now McIntyre went for another kick. Styles and McIntyre, they're realizing now, this is it. Number 1 and number 29 meeting in the center of the ring. The final two. It's going down. Glasgow Kiss misses. Got him with that one. McIntyre.
And he hit this Claymore.
He was thinking about it, but he decides he's not quite done. Went for a boot. Styles out of the way. McIntyre and Styles meeting face to face. Styles throws him into the corner. Throws him across the ring. Styles now, what's he got to do? What does AJ Styles have to do? McIntyre answers back. Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre and Styles chopping at one another. Ooh, going back and forth.
McIntyre.
Future shock.
It's over. And now Drew says it's over. Points to the WrestleMania sign. Lets out a battle cry. And Drew McIntyre into the corner. He's just soaking it all in.
It looks like we're going to get one more match between McIntyre and Rollins, I was about to say, but Styles reverses.
Styles dodges the Claymore. Styles clash. Goes to the top. Spiral tap. This crowd comes alive.
Everyone's freaking out, Xander. Oh my God, he's going to hit another one.
Styles with another Styles clash. He's going all the way from number 1. Is it about to happen? McIntyre's over the top.
McIntyre hangs on, but he's gone.
AJ Styles just went from number 1 to the end. AJ Styles just won the full Royal Rumble. It looked like McIntyre had it won when he was setting up that last Claymore. And in the end, the phenomenal one wins. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Season 3 Royal Rumble and the man going to the main event of WrestleMania, AJ Styles.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. For the first time ever in LS11 Universe, someone starts the Rumble and wins it. Number 1 to number 30.
And with all that said, I've been Xander.
I've been Ray.
And that was Universe.